Studios, and you're watching Fox 2 Detroit Live.
Live from the Fox 2 newsroom, this is Fox 2 Detroit.
Well, one teen is dead and another hurt after a drive-by shooting in Detroit this morning. Investigators say the two teenagers were walking home from a store when they were targeted in the area of Littlefield near West Chicago. Now, police say suspects inside a blue Lincoln SUV drove by and fired between 28 and 38 shots. We're told there may have been some sort of altercation between the two teens and the suspects before the shooting happened.
To the community, I'm just letting everyone know that we will find the individuals. We do have video assets and we will use all of our technology to locate them. I am extremely disappointed, upset with the fact that somebody would gun down these young people this morning. Whatever charges I can bring, I will bring, but this is premeditated murder. And when I do get the individuals, my intention is that they spend the rest of their damn life in prison.
Anyone with information is asked to call Detroit Police or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP. Well, a Southfield woman is dead after a shooting that happened on Sunday night. Police found a woman suffering from a gunshot wound inside a house on Banbridge Drive near 13 Mile and Southfield Road. That was around 11:30 last night. Now, the 45-year-old was pronounced dead on the scene. Here's what a nearby neighbor had to say.
When I came down and talked to the police officer that was here, asked him about it, and he just said it was an isolated incident. I guess trying to make me feel like it's not a random thing that the neighborhood should be concerned about. So I thanked him for that, and then I went inside and looked on the phone and my computer for stories that could be on the news services here, and found out that a woman had been killed.
There was a 3-year-old child in the home at the time of the shooting. That child was not hurt. No arrests have been made in the shooting, but investigators tell us they have a suspect and it's someone known to the victim. If you know anything about this case, call Southfield Police. Well, a family mourns the loss of a young mom killed in a hit-and-run crash on Detroit's east side. The crash happened Saturday night at Chalmers and Seymour. The victim was Breonna Jackson. She was just 23 years old. Police think the at-fault driver was speeding, ran a red light, and crashed into 2 other vehicles. 3 others were hurt but are expected to survive. The driver who caused it got out and ran from the scene. Police are asking anyone with information to come forward. And Michigan State Police are investigating a road rage shooting on westbound I-696. Troopers say it happened Saturday night near Woodward. According to the caller, while in the far left lane, someone in an Infiniti pointed a gun out the window and fired 2 shots. No vehicles were hit and no one was hurt. Troopers searched and did not find any shell casings. State Police saying if you're involved in something like this with someone who's out of control, you're advised to create some space and call 911 immediately. Well, the back-end parking situation in downtown Detroit is coming to an end. Crews are repainting the lines on Washington Street today, and that's in downtown Royal Oak. Now, when they're done, all those back-end spaces will be converted to just regular old pull-in ones. The back-end angled spaces were originally created because some new meters needed to be able to read license plates. And, since Michigan doesn't require plates on the front of the vehicles, that's why drivers had to back in. Once the new lines are drawn, the pull-in parking spaces will be free for the rest of the year. I love it, I love it, I love it. Parking in downtown Royal Oak is one of the my least favorite things to do, I'll say that. And I'm happy that it'll be free because they get you. They don't even put it on your car anymore. They just send it to you in the mail, the ticket. Well, Fifth and Third is buying Comerica, which will combine 2 regional banks. The all-stock deal is worth nearly $11 billion. The deal, Fifth-Third shareholders will own 73% of the combined company. Comerica shareholders have the rest. Both company boards still need to give the final approval, though. The new combined bank will be the 9th largest in the country. And right now, we don't know what that means for Comerica Park, but we do have a reporter working on this today. All right, we want to get to a live press conference happening right now in the city of Detroit on the decline and Detroit crime rates. Take a listen.
At 7:30 this morning, We had a teenager killed and another one shot. We had our 133rd homicide victim of the year. And while that's dramatically lower than we have seen, every single one is a painful loss of a member of this community. And it's a reminder to us why we have to keep doing what we're doing and making progress. What we're going to see is the full force of all the law enforcement resources here to make sure we get the shooters in today's case, as we have been doing. Chief Beddison will take you through the numbers, but the collective efforts of these groups over the last few years have produced a reduction of 40% in homicides, 50% in shootings, and 67% in carjackings. But what we have been trying to do is instill a culture of accountability, both on the Detroit Police Department side and on the community side. When I started as mayor, we had a homicide clearance rate of less than 30%. We had a non-fatal shooting clearance rate of 15%. Now you think about that. 5 out of 6 people who shot somebody got away with it. And we were saying to the community that we don't value life when 5 out of 6 aren't investigated and aren't caught. But what you have seen over the years is all of these groups pull together, and now the chief is running clearance rates well above 60% in all of those categories. But we have had to pull together challenge after challenge. We were making progress on a culture of accountability in the city, and then COVID hit, and the court shut down. And you had people charged with crimes who didn't have a trial for 2 to 3 years. Sheriff Washington had to release dangerous people from the jail for lack of space. We completely lost the culture of accountability during COVID. But with the help of County Executive Evans, who pulled together Chief Frizard from the Circuit Court and my friend from the 36th District Court, Chief McConico, and the state, all of us came together and said, we're going to get this docket down. And prosecutors were these people, worked day and night. We got rid of the backlog of 3,000 people, and an amazing thing happened. Accountability came to the system, and the violence started to come down in a dramatic way. And I want to say to the Detroit Police Department, which has been terrific every step of the way, you saw in 2024, early in the summer, we had a spike of shootings at these illegal street parties that were going on till late in the evening. And it seemed like it was out of control. The Detroit Police Department set up the mobile field force and said, we're not going to tolerate it. And the last half of last summer, the violence went way down. Early on in this summer, we saw shootings among teenagers in a way we hadn't seen. The Detroit Police Department came in with a curfew and with the partnerships of our CVI groups, which 2 years ago we took the most dangerous areas of the city and we went to groups who were trusted and said, we have to do more than arrest people. Let's get folks to sit down, work out their beefs. Let's show them the education and job training programs. And now we'll take this culture from both sides. We'll show people positive developments as well as the consequences. And this summer, we had more resources than we've seen in all the times I've been here, back to the time I was prosecutor. Because the federal government weighed in. Prosecutor Worthy put prosecutors in 7 different precincts, which has helped raise the conviction rate on gun cases. But this year, the U.S. Attorney, for the first time in my lifetime, embedded federal prosecutors in 7 of our precincts to work the gun cases. And in exchange, Chief Beddison sent 2 of the top crime analysts out of DPD over to the U.S. Attorney's Office. Then the ATF and the DEA have dramatically ramped up efforts. Some of the gang violence came to a significant halt in August when we had a raid partnering with the sheriff and the prosecutor, but ATF and DEA and the feds went and hit 11 houses and took 43 illegal weapons out of suspected gang members' homes. And in the month of September, a month that usually is one of the most violent in the city, usually sees 20 to 25 homicides, we had 8. It's the lowest number we have on record. But each one of those 8 was a loss to this community. And so we wanted to come here. I wanted a day where I could say thank you to every one of these agencies for what you have done. When I was a prosecutor, all these groups fought with each other. Part of the time I was mayor, some of these groups fought with each other. But for the last 3 years, I know they go to the national conferences. You had an instance in a major city where a police officer shot the CVI member. There were that much hostility between them. We have a partnership between CVI and the police that's unlike any place in America. And I would say to the people of the city of Detroit, this doesn't happen in 1 year. This is a change in a culture of accountability that happens over years, but we've included it in your numbers. Judge Frazard, come on up. You've been responsible for a lot of this. Is look at the carjacking numbers from 2013, and we have dropped 88% in carjackings. You go back to 2013, and there was a culture in this town, if you needed a few bucks, you stuck a gun in somebody's face and you stole their car. And nobody bothered to do anything about it. It seemed impossible. 15 carjackings a week in this city. And now we're down to less than 2. Because we put in the green lights, we put in the real-time crime center, and all of the agencies here work together, and now there's a culture of accountability. People in this town know if you take a car, there's an extremely good chance that helicopters are going to track you and you're going to spend years in prison. We have changed this over time by getting people to make different decisions. And over time, we're going to get people to make different decisions on guns. It's already happening in the last 3 years in a remarkable way. And with that, I want to turn it over to the man who's been leading the effort, our great police chief, Todd Bedison.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Mr. Mayor. And I just want to thank the folks who are standing with me. I got a lot of friends, and so that's what makes the difference in the city of Detroit. We all pull and lean on each other. And so I'm going to go through the slides. As the mayor already stated, the third quarter, we look at our homicide numbers from 2022 to today, you see the percentage, 41% reduction in homicides. But look at the whole numbers. In 2022, we had 223 homicides. And you can see year after year with the trend going down, down, down. And that's been based off the hard work of law enforcement. It's been based off the hard work of everyone. City Council investing in ensuring that we have the resources that we need as a department. The phenomenal men and women of the Detroit Police Department working hard in each and every day. You know, it just doesn't get better when we lean on our technology, the shot spotter, license plate readers, just the Board of Police Commissioner when it comes to improving our policies. And so this is a collaborative effort between federal, between state, between local, and let's not forget our community, who we have an excellent relationship with. When you talk about police and community, it really is the unbeatable team. So as the police chief, I have to be the luckiest police chief in America, because when I'm standing, I got all my friends standing behind me, and these are the type of results that we're delivering in Detroit, and we will continue on to push it down, down, down. And so the third quarter compared to 2024, and we're here at 2025, from January to September 30th, we're down 15% in homicides. And you can look at the whole number and see exactly what that means. But last year, we had historic lows, and so we're beating those trends. The next slide, which is even a bigger number, are non-fatal shootings. Just take a look at that. In 2022, we had 727 non-fatal shootings. That is a shooting where an individual got shot, but they actually survived. If you go down to 2025, we're at 366, which is a 50% reduction compared to 22, and a 22% reduction when you look at third quarter compared to the previous year. The men and women of the Detroit Police Department and this collaborative partnership that we have is paying results. And we're going to continue on, because we're not waving the flag of success. There's much work to do, but the strategies that we are implementing, what we are doing is working, but we're not going to stop. It's about continuous improvement. And so you will see us adding more. And my favorite word is A-N-D. We're going to do this and that and this and continue on until we get the violence in this city down to a level that we all agree that we're one of the safest big cities in America. The next slide, carjackings. This is what the mayor was speaking of. I remember even in the 90s, Mr. Mayor, they had to actually have a carjacking task force, and we had a unit called the Carjacking Task Force in the 90s. But in the early 2000s, you go back to 2022, we had just an astronomical number of carjackings. Going back to 2013, but in 2022, it was 292 carjackings. In 2025 third quarter results, we're down to 64. We're talking about from 2022 to now a 67% reduction. And last year we had record numbers in lows in carjackings, and now we're down to 29%. This is the slide that I want you all to really take a look at, because it lets you know, Detroit, with what we're doing, what we can achieve. We broke the back of carjackings in the city of Detroit. In 13, look at that number right there, 537 carjackings. It was carjack city, but by being innovative, coming up with programs and utilizing technology such as green light and other technology as well. Today, in 2025, we have 64 carjackings and an 88% reduction. So I just want to let everyone know, thank you. I just want to let you know that with the partnership that we have, we're collaborative, and that's our pledge, to continue to be collaborative, to utilize every tool possible to make Detroit the safest big city in America. And I'm confident that we can get there. At this time, I'll bring up our U.S. SAC from the ATF, Mr. Jimmy Deere, James Deere.
Good afternoon. My name is Jim Deere. I'm the special agent in charge for ATF Michigan. Normally I come to these and I give some heartfelt thoughts, but I don't have a lot of notes to talk about, but today I want to come prepared. So today is about partnerships, about collaboration, and about accountability. We are holding shooters accountable, firearms traffickers accountable. The partnership with DPD, the Michigan State Police, Michigan HIDA, the FBI, DEA, and HSI is imperative. This partnership is the backbone of this strategy. Now, I'll tell you, Chief Beddison likes to communicate with you all saying that he's got the full weight and faith of the alphabet police. We all know what that is. That's the ATF, the FBI, and the DEA. But I'll remind you that the alphabet begins with A. I'll remind you that any firearm strategy begins with the ATF. We're the only federal agency that has gun in its name. We are the gun police. Make no mistake about it. When it comes to crime in this city, at times it's unbearable. At times, when I first got here in 2018, it looked like an insurmountable task. 2019, we had Operation Legend, where federal resources were purged into this city. You look at where we are now as compared to Operation Legend, homicides are down 32%, non-fatal shootings down 36%. And we have leaders that want to compare Detroit, because of our demographics, our city, the makeup of our people, and our grit, to Boston. Boston didn't happen overnight. Their public safety successes did not happen overnight. That's 30 years in the making. Since 1996, they've been at it. We've been at it a short time here, and we're coming. And we're coming along well. It is a widely established fact in academia and in law enforcement that a small percentage of the population commits a large percentage or a disproportionate amount of crime. And that is true here. So how do we identify this small faction? I'll tell you, I'll give you a little free lesson in police work, which normally we don't do, because there's no free lessons in police work. We used to take targets of opportunity operating in the community and go after them. These are really low-lying fruit, people that really may or may not have an impact. But we were looking for outputs rather than outcomes. This team wants outcomes. Outcomes. for the city of Detroit because all Detroit lives matter. And when you look at this, how do we do it? How does ATF do it? ATF is one of the first federal agencies to be data-driven through crime gun intelligence. Most people look at that term and go, wow, what is that? NIBIN, the National Integrated Ballistic Information Network. That is our system to track prolific shooters in this city. That is our system to link guns to shooting events and to give investigators meaningful investigative leads. That is what we do. That is who we are. That is our DNA. We've got a crime gun intelligence center that takes those leads, funnels them to our partners, the Detroit Police Department, to Michigan State Police, and whatnot, and across the state. Each shell casing left behind at one of these violent gun crime scenes, at a homicide or a non-fatal shooting, tells a tale, tells a story for us to follow. There's information to be garnered. So you probably are asking, well, what's ATF doing? What's their role in all this mess? ATF has got agents assigned to precincts across this city. Every precinct has ATF agents assigned as part of their area of responsibility. I have supervisors interfacing with the leaderships of those precincts to identify prolific shooters. My Crime Gun Intelligence Center reviews every gun arrest in this city. Last year, there was 2,551 that we reviewed. We're looking for links. We're looking for information, firearm trafficking patterns. We're asking the who, the why, the what, the how. And our partners with DPD have complemented this, and we complement them in their efforts to do the same thing citywide. Michigan State Police is right there with us, hand in hand, as well, statewide, doing the same thing. The work is immense, but the payoff is unbelievable if we get there. ShotSpotter. ShotSpotter is crime gun intelligence. ShotSpotter, the mayor made an incredible investment in this city and put his faith in the police department to do it right. There's a lot of communities out there that want to talk about ShotSpotter being this and that. ShotSpotter is a tool to identify gunfire. That's all it does. It's non-discriminate, except when machine guns are used. And machine guns are all too often being used in our community. You all look at me like, machine guns, what? We've got machine guns, conversion devices that are being sold from China to adolescents, to anybody across this country, and they're being used as weapons of mass destruction. So I'm going to use this platform today to brag about the work a little bit. So I called ATF National, Mr. Mayor, and I told them about the work we're doing, and they said, how can we help? How can we help and assist? And I said, I need some super crime dogs. That's what I need. I need crime dogs. That's what I need. Mr. Totten, Mr. Lennon, please come up here so I can introduce my two crime dogs. I introduce you to Willow, and I introduce you to Kate. They call her Crazy Kate. They're both explosive accelerant dogs. They sniff out shell casings left at violent shooting scenes. This is what they do. This is what we need here with ShotSpotter. Now, you say, well, how busy can they be? They average 80 shootings a month. We did 959 shootings last year. Non-fatal shootings where we got alerted. And that's the day after or the day of the event, they're responding looking for shell casings. That's all they do. That is their job. That is their mission. That is their focus. They'll pull the casings, enter them into NIBIN, and then those casings are going to tell us a tale. They're going to connect these events with other events and give investigators the information necessary to solve these crimes. Now you ask, why does this matter, right? I'll tell you why it matters. Because with data, I can tell you what we're hunting. I can tell you what we're going for. I can tell you what a shooter looks like here in Detroit. With data, I'm armed with information. The typical shooter in Detroit is 29 years old when we intersect with them. They have 2 prior felony convictions, and they have experimented with drug use, illegal drug use. Also, we have linked them to 10.5 3 shootings in this city and across the region. That's when we intersect. These are cases of consequence. This is what matters to what ATF does. This is our wheelhouse. Then we've got the U.S. Attorney, Jerome Gorgon. I don't know where you're at, sir. Somewhere. The U.S. Attorney has been steadfast in his commitment in this program and giving us prioritized federal prosecution for anybody with a NIBA-linked gun. We are putting people in jail. So, Mr. Mayor, to your point, accountability matters, and it's coming. And as a fellow promise keeper, I like what you say on that. As a fellow promise keeper to all the shooters and all the firearms traffickers, you have been misinformed when you have been told repeatedly by the media that we are not going to prosecute our way out of this. We're coming for you.
All right, that's going to be a hard act to follow right there. As I get ready to bring up Colonel James F. Grady of the Michigan State Police, who is also a friend and always there when I call. They're responsible for so much, and I definitely appreciate the extra air unit, the airship, the eyes in the sky. Colonel Grady.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Chief Beddison. I appreciate the invite. An honor to be here, standing among so many great leaders here at the city of Detroit. You know, protecting communities is a top priority for the Michigan State Police. And in law enforcement, if you're going to do it right, as the theme has been collaboration, this is how you do it. The Michigan State Police is committed to working alongside our colleagues at the Detroit Police Department, and together with our federal partners and local partners to tackle crime and improve public safety outcomes in the city of Detroit and across our great state. With these results, it is clear and evident that through the crime statistics that have been announced today, you can expect to see the partnership between our agencies with the ongoing goal of improving public safety and traffic safety here for the residents in the city. As a law enforcement professional, I would also like to remind you that it should be a deep collaboration with our community members, faith and neighborhood organizations, and local businesses to build that trust that is needed, the transparency and the accountability. You need that. Otherwise, you don't get the numbers that you are seeing here today. By co-creating safety strategies, investing in our youth programs, and prioritizing de-escalation and data-informed policing, we can reduce violence and still uphold people's civil rights. A genuine partnership is rooted in open dialogue, and that takes place here. Accountability and shared responsibility. We will create a safer neighborhood and a more resilient city. Everyone, at the end of the day, they deserve to feel safe in their home, safe in their block, and on the roadways that they travel. So through this continued cooperation and the dedication among all of the agencies that you see here today, we will continue to work together for a more secure Detroit and, by extension, a more secure Michigan. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Colonel Grady. And at this point, I want to introduce the CEO of the County of Wayne, and who's really the architect of a collaboration, a partnership that has been supportive of the goal of reducing violent crime in the city of Detroit by pulling together all of us, prosecutors, the courts, etc., Wayne County Sheriff, and just being there, who was also a former chief of police of the Detroit Police Department and a former sheriff of the Wayne County Sheriff, my good friend, CEO Warren Evans.
Thanks, Chief, and thank all of you. Couple things I think are important for people to understand. The collaboration here is huge, and particularly with the CVI group. So it's not just law enforcement collaborating. but it's law enforcement collaborating with community folk who are trying to help us do what the mayor talked about earlier, was get people to change their decision making. That decision making has got to change, and it's difficult when you're not a part of that community in a very solid way to be able to do that. If I were to design a criminal justice system, I don't think I could make it more complicated than the one we have. State level, federal level, bunch of agencies, prosecutors, U.S. attorneys, sheriffs, local county officials. It is almost designed to be difficult. Having said that, I want you to look at the people to my left and my right and say they broke that complication up by being able to partner with each other, by having long-standing relationships with each other. And I think part of it, too, is the having some criminal justice background has helped significantly. You know, the mayor was a prosecutor. You know, I had some law enforcement background. Todd Bedison's been with the police department forever. And I don't want to just single out certain people, but that's critical. And when you got a city council and a county commission that understand the priorities of making a city safe, and understanding that their support is important, not just this support, but really putting their backs into supporting communities and supporting police officers and supporting prosecutors. Even our U.S. attorney, I mean, he's a Detroiter. Many haven't been, but he is. He has a feel for this city. He has a feel for things that I think are important to all of us. And so rather than being windy and talking all day, I just want you to appreciate the strength and conviction of the people standing around here, because it's not one person show. It is a team effort. And the last thing I'll say is to show you that that's the case. When we compare numbers, we compare reductions from the year before. That's right. It's not all heaped in a bowl and then you try to find, the best number you can at the end of the day. We are concerned with reducing the numbers substantially every year. And sometimes that means you change gears, because not one thing works all of the time. But the friendship and the seriousness of the folks here, we can sit down and chop it up and figure out what we're doing wrong, what we're doing right, and they have the passion to continue to do it well. So thank you for the time. I appreciate being here.
Oftentimes when folks think about crime and crime reduction, it's centered on police. And then sometimes they'll think about the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. But oftentimes the courts are left out. But I just want to bring up Chief Judge of Third Circuit Court, Patricia Fassard, who's been instrumental in ensuring that justice is done in a speedy way by clearing up the backlog and just being just phenomenal when it comes to running the court. So, Chief Judge Fassard.
First of all, I had no idea I was going to be called up, but if Chief Bedison has friends, we know why. He has been phenomenal, strong, and I am so very proud to be with all these men and women here today, because the collaboration, the cooperation, and the dedication have brought us to champion the issues that we all want, is for Detroit to be safer and Detroiters to be safer. Wayne County Circuit Court is the largest court in the state. All of the felonies in this city come to Wayne County Circuit Court, and as the representative of Wayne County Circuit Court, I can assure you that although we want to preserve people's rights, we also want to make Detroit safe for all of its citizens. And so we're so happy and proud to be here with these people. And I am very appreciative of them and respect all of them so much. Glad to be a part of the team.
We also have another court in town. It's called 36th District Court. And I think that's one of the busiest district courts in the country. And so your Chief Judge of 36th District Court, William C. McConaughey.
As Chief Frazar stated, I didn't know I was speaking either, but I'll say something very brief. From the first time that Sheriff, taking you back to being Sheriff, Executive Warren Evans and Mayor Duggan brought us together, we met and we said that we were going to have trust in the room, and the only thing that we were going to do is try to have an equal justice system and protect our citizens. While we have law enforcement here, courts were impartial. And what our job was to do was to set up a system that was efficient. And I just want to give you just an example of how our courts stay nimble. This summer, at the beginning, as the mayor was stating, there were some block parties. There were juveniles that were at parties at 3 a.m. where there were shootings. And there was a thought that we need to impose a curfew and that there needed to have some, have some accountability. The Detroit City Council passed an ordinance after a lot of deliberation to work not only for a curfew, but for accountability for the parents who were not supervising their children. There was a lot of discussion about whether they were going to criminalize citizens who were innocent and we were going to have some sort of mass incarceration. But I met with the members of the City Council. We talked, and I assured them that our judges would make sure these cases were prioritized, which we have, but also that if there was a parent that was not supervising their kids, that we were not looking to incarcerate them, but that we had resources, parental classes, different things that can bring certain accountability. And what the court is going to do today and is going to do in the future, if there's something that happens that we have to shift resources, when there was a gun backlog, and from our meeting, I created a gun docket to make sure that gun cases were prioritized, and there was a judge that only handled gun cases. When we needed to do this with the ordinance dealing with curfews, the curfew part with the juveniles would be handled by Wayne Circuit, and we were going to take care of the parents. Priority was given. And so if there is something that can bring efficiency and justice in our city, our court, 36th District Court, will be efficient, and we will change resources, and we are going to make sure that the community knows that we're doing it for the benefit of the city. And so I thank this group of people, the trust that we've built between us, and the mayor is right. I go back, I was a state representative 25 years ago. You couldn't get state reps to meet with city council members, more or less meet with the mayor, to bring a police chief, a judge together. It didn't happen. We were all in silos. But if you look here now, that's why the crime stats are different. That's why there's trust in the courts, trust in the juvenile system, and it's because of the work of the men and women behind us right now. And I say 36th District Court is going to stand to be the best district court, not only in the state of Michigan, but in the country. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Judge. And consistent with the Wayne County theme, we have your Wayne County Sheriff, Raphael Washington, who not only runs one of the biggest jails, I think the biggest jail in the state, largest, and he also oftentimes reminds me that the city of Detroit sits within Wayne County. So he says that he's actually more important than I am. But my good friend, Raphael Washington.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chief. The Chief tells me that. I just have to remind him, that's all. However, we're talking about collaboration today, and I just want to let you all know how we, at the Wayne County Sheriff's Office, gets that done with the Detroit Police Department. So this summer, we provided our assistance to a range of precincts, including the 2nd Precinct throughout the other precincts to the 12th Precinct with the Detroit Police Department. The Wayne County Sheriff's Office was responsible for conducting 761 traffic stops in these areas. During this time, we made 129 arrests and provided additional resources, including our K-9 unit and our dozen or two other units that we have available to the chief. So we have a program called Scout. It's Sheriff's Community Organized Urban Team. And what we do is go out every single Thursday during the summer and deal with quality of life issues, because we feel if we can take some of those, if we could attack some of those issues, then it will distract and take away the major issues that respond to that after those quality of life issues have been committed. So We've been doing that, and we're proud of doing that because, again, it does, in fact, work when other people see other agencies out with Detroit Police Department dealing with issues, quality of life issues, morality issues, speeders, drifters, things like that that turn into major crimes. It works when the community see us out there and getting it done with them. So we maintain an excellent working relationship with our partners, Detroit Police Department, which is fostered by open communication from the top down. Chief Bedison and I always keep an open line of communication. So whatever the request is from the Wayne County Sheriff's Office, from Chief Bedison, we will always be there to assist you and to help you with whatever you need. You know, I answer the phone when you call, and I always will. Thank you so much, and God bless you all.
The next person that I'm about to bring up is very, very special and represents the Detroit City Council as the council president. But at the end of the day, the police department's budget that gets approved and all of the ideas that we have and things that we have to implement, whether it comes to technology, officer raises. So thank you. I just want to publicly thank her because I got some hardworking men and women out there, and I got one of the best teams in the whole country. So at this point, I want to bring up your council president, Mary Sheffield.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chief. You kind of stole my thunder a bit on what I was going to say, but in all honesty, it is a privilege to be here. I am extremely proud and grateful for the progress that we collectively have made here in the city of Detroit. There is no doubt that the last 12 years, this city has become more safe. And we know that one life lost is still far too many. But we can acknowledge the progress, the spirit of collaboration that we have fostered, the partnerships with community and law enforcement to celebrate that we are making this city more safe. And it takes strong leadership on every level to do that. And so I am here proud, starting council in 2012 and seeing the growth and the progress of this collaboration come to play is something that we all should be proud of. I also want to say that I want to thank DPD, our chief, our mayor, our federal agencies, our state agencies, the courts, and our CVI groups for the tremendous amount of work that they're doing day in and day out. City Council, Councilmember Young and Councilmember Benson are here today. We stand as a partner in the collaborative effort that has been fostered here in the city of Detroit. As was mentioned, council is the entity that approves the contracts. We approve the technology, the resources, the laws that are put in place that give the police department the tools and the resources for them to be effective. But we also, as a council, have really been driving the fact that not only do we want to foster a change in behavior and accountability, we also want to push for opportunities. And while we definitely support our DPD in their efforts, we also must continue to address the social issues. And this council has been steadfast in improving programs like Jumpstart, that Member Young sponsored, Skills for Life, Earn to Learn. We also have been pushing to open and expand our rec centers for later hours, all in partnership to address a holistic approach to how we address violence in the city of Detroit. And so I just want to say I am grateful that we are all coming together. We are saving lives. We are making this city more safe. We know that there's still more work to do, but we have made a tremendous amount of progress. We believe, I just wanted to mention the chief. I see him out doing his walk a mile Wednesday. To have our chief boots on the ground, walking up to doors, talking to our young people, connecting them with resources, I think is so key. I also had the privilege of attending the CVI basketball league that was started. And we have parents in our youth coming together in areas where oftentimes they're not even talking. I just think it's so powerful. And for the last 12 years, I've occupied our corners in Detroit, connecting young people with resources and opportunity, promoting Project Clean Slate that is expunging the records of so many of our residents. We all have done so much, and nothing is more important than the other. big or small, it all contributes to the progress that we've seen today. And so I believe that the foundation of any community is public safety for our city to thrive. And we are doing the work needed. I am proud of the progress, and I'm looking forward to save more lives and ensure that this city is the safest city in this country. So thank you.
We have two more speakers at this particular point. I do have another boss as well. I have the Board of Police Commissioners. And so I want to bring up Vice Chair Commissioner Darrell Woods to say a few remarks.
This is a beautiful day in the city of Detroit where you have all of these wonderful leaders who have come together to bring healing and restoration in our city. This mayor has been a champion for peace in this city. This police chief is my friend and my brother and my comrade, and I have walked these streets with him. I have wrapped our arms around hurting people, and we have been able to deliver resources to the people who have been suffering. The county executive is just a premier leader. He is a powerful leader. He's a man's man, and he has done so many great things to be able to bring resources to this city. And so all of my CVI brothers and sisters, because it's not just brothers doing this, but sisters doing the work as well, they are out there wrapping their arms around those coming out of the juvenile justice system, making sure that they have homes to live in, make sure that they have transportation, making sure that they have jobs. These children in our community don't want to know how much you know until they know how much you care. And this is the caring team right here, right in this place right now. And we're going to continue to spread the love in the city of Detroit because we are one Detroit, we are unified. And I want to take my hat off to the federal partners who has been exemplary to be able to bring resources and letting folks know that you would not get away with the crunch, because the crunch will always give you away. So that might go over your head, but you can't get away. So put down the guns and continue, because we're going to do better than Boston. We're going to do better with Boston because we have a team back here who's going to work very, very hard to make sure that happens. And so we are glad, as the Board of Police Commission, that we do have our Commissioner Willie Burton is here and Commissioner Tamara Smith here. We have approved technology. We have approved technology to make sure that this department has the resources and the tools that it needs to be able to continue to drive crime down. And so, again, thank you for your leadership, Council President. You're a sister of mine. Judge Fashad, that's my sister, and all other folks that's here, Conor Grady. I've worked with him to get Glock switches off the streets with young people who have turned in Glock switches because of the resources for him and Warren Evans to be able to bring them to the task force. We had turned in guns, a bag full of guns to this department that children said that they want to change their lives. So let's keep on keeping on. Let's keep on rocking.
And now we're to our last speaker, and then we'll open it up for questions. But when it comes to the community violence intervention groups, you've all seen the data, you've heard, but I'm telling you that they interrupt and prevent violence before it happens. But when violence does happen, oftentimes it's a spirit of retaliation. And so they get in to interrupt and break down that cycle of violence. And it's been working tremendously here in the city of Detroit. And so at this point, I would like to bring up DeJuan Zoe Kennedy from Force Detroit.
Thank you. I never could have imagined this day where we drastically reducing fatal and non-fatal shootings. We've been talking, our elected officials, mayor's office, city council, DPD, about being the model. but we exemplify what public safety looks like.
That's right.
Across the country, you don't see this.
That's right.
You don't see community dealing with law enforcement. You don't see elected officials supporting and committing to what community needs. Let me tell you a few things that have been a result of this commitment.
Come on now.
We have changed policy in the schools where individuals with backgrounds can go inside the schools. We have changed policy on a state level where it's funding for CVI in schools. We have changed policy. We have set up offices, and we also have advocated for public safety for our law enforcement. But it's not done yet because we need sustainable funding. We have had a historical reduction last year, 203 homicides, which was too many. Now we're at 130. That says something. It's a lot going on with a few years with this stuff in place. I want to give thanks ultimately, well, first and foremost, to the community.
That's right.
Because it's a trust thing.
That's right.
Right? And it's layers to that. And the reason why we move how we moving with this community-based violence intervention, with these community-based solutions, because we trust our elected officials and our chief. He on the ground. Our city is loved, and that's what y'all should see when you see all these people standing here together. Accountability comes with love.
That's right.
But support comes with it as well.
That's right.
We are here to support. We are here to make sure you stay in your homes and not wind up in a cell. We are here to make sure you stay up in your homes and not wind up in a casket.
Come on now.
Don't nobody want to see that.
That's right.
And it's not right. It has been support. We have way more to fight for, but it is support for our communities to have an alternative to a destructive lifestyle. And I just want to thank everyone up here for allowing community the opportunity to establish ourselves in a way that's beyond legitimacy. Beyond legitimacy.
That's right.
We've been legit. We've been legitimate community leaders. But this is beyond legitimacy because it's supported. I often say, before it was a fire department, it was a bunch of community members riding around with water, putting out fire. Right? And that's what community-based violence intervention is. And we will exemplify that, and we will become the model across the nation. They will come to the city to see what we've done. Because just as it's community violence, it is political violence. And I think that our elected officials exemplify what it looks like for politics and community and law enforcement to coexist and execute in a real fashion of public safety in the trust of the community. So I thank you all. Thank you all for the opportunity. We won't let y'all down.
All right, so at this point, we'll open it up for questions.
To the council president, I got your email this morning from you and Fred about all of the activities going on in the city, which is great. The mayor seemed to think I make it personal. There's 8 to 10 black newspapers in Detroit, and I see no ads about the activities. But we expect people to know where they are. Tomorrow there's a job fair. Wednesday there's something. All the way to the end of the month. All the way to the Halloween. It's not about personal. It wasn't personal when he gave $300,000 to his mistress. Don't make it personal when I need revenues for, let's just be, y'all get all day long. I need to know if the council would take it serious. Would you please be quiet? You ain't doing nothing but give out certificates.
Gary, this is not the press conference.
I just like to know how we're going to publicize the good things that's happening in the city of Detroit for people. Wait, hold on.
Because most young people don't pay attention to newspapers, they pay attention to social media. So she has
All right. Well, we've just heard live updates from the city of Detroit officials and Michigan State Police and quite a few other people regarding the crime rates in the city and how much they've declined. Now, some important things to note: homicide rates and non-fatal shootings are down 40 to 50% from previous years, more specifically since 2022. Now, carjackings are down 67% since 2022. And one thing interesting about that is in the 1990s, the city of Detroit actually had a task force specifically for carjacking. And now that's pretty much dismantled. Now, to put things into perspective, in 2013, the city of Detroit had over 500 carjackings that year. As of 2025, we've had less than 70 from the beginning of the year to now. So incredible there. Now, the chief credits the decrease to federal and state level help, as well as the local police force, of course. But most importantly, he says the community plays a vital role in this. The chief says the conference wasn't held to boast or to brag, but to show that progress has been made in the city and that the formula they've been using is working. And the city urges the public, anyone listening to that or anyone who's going to listen to it a little bit later when Charlie Langton reports on it, that all fatal and non-fatal shooters, they will be prosecuted. And that's with the goal of building a secure city, region, and state. All great things coming there. Again, we do have Charlie Langton assigned to that story. Now, some other great things that we want to talk about is we know the Lions won, right? We know the Lions won. That score was what? 37-24. They won against the Bengals. Also, the Tigers, they won in Seattle. They were doing their thing. So our city is quite literally doing what it needs to do to bring us up to the top. And we're just basking in this today. So let us do that. All right. All right, that's going to do it for me this hour. Our next hour starts in about 2.5 minutes, so stay close. I'll see you back here at 3.
Happy Victory Monday, Detroit. Thanks for joining us. It is October 6th. I'm your host, Jamie Sherrod, and you're watching Fox 2 Detroit Live at 2.
Live from the Fox 2 newsroom, this is Fox 2 Detroit.
We start with today's top stories. One teen has died and another hurt after a drive-by shooting in Detroit this morning. Investigators say the two teenagers were walking home from a store when they were targeted in the area of Littlefield near West Chicago. Police say suspects inside a blue Lincoln SUV drove by and fired between 28 to 38 shots. We're told there may have been an altercation between the two teens and the suspects before that shooting.
To the community, I'm just letting everyone know that we will find the individuals. We do have video assets and we use all of our technology to locate them. I am extremely disappointed, upset with the fact that somebody would gun down these young people this morning. Whatever charges I can bring, I will bring, but this was premeditated murder. And when I do get the individuals, my intention is that they spend the rest of their damn life in prison.
Oh, anyone with information is asked to call Detroit Police or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP. A Southfield man has died after a Sunday night shooting. Police found a woman suffering from a gunshot wound inside a house on Bainbridge Drive near 13 Mile and Southfield Road. That was around 11:30 last night. The 45-year-old was pronounced dead on the scene.
When I came down and talked to the police officer that was here, asked him about it, and he just said it was an isolated incident. I guess trying to make me feel like it's not a random thing that the neighborhood should be concerned about. So I thanked him for that, and then I went inside and looked on the phone and my computer for stories that could be on the news services here, and found out that a woman had been killed.
Well, there was a 3-year-old child in the home at the time of that shooting. Thankfully, that child was not hurt. No arrests have been made in the shooting, but investigators tell us they do have a suspect, and it's someone known to the victim. Of course, if you know anything about this case, call Southfield Police. Well, despite all of this, Detroit police announcing a significant decline in violent crime through the first 3 quarters of 2025. Homicides, non-fatal shootings, and carjackings all trending significantly below last year's historically low levels.
The carjacking numbers from 2013, and we have dropped 88% in carjackings. You go back to 2013, and there was a culture in this town, if you needed a few bucks, you stuck a gun in somebody's face and you stole their car. And nobody bothered to do anything about it. It seemed impossible. 15 carjackings a week in this city. And now we're down to less than 2. Because we put in the green lights, we put in the real-time crime center, and all of the agencies here work together, and now there's a culture of accountability. People in this town know if you take a car, there's an extremely good chance that helicopters are going to track you and you're going to spend years in prison.
And that is just the tip of the iceberg. You can read all about the latest crime statistics over on fox2detroit.com. Well, turning now to sports, it was a busy day for Detroit fans Sunday. Let's start with the Lions. Take a look.
I'm not going to go another week 2 and feel bad about a win. I'm not doing it. I'm not freaking doing it, man. That's a good win. Was it perfect? No, it wasn't perfect. We got things to clean up, and we will clean them up, guys. We're going to get better. We will clean them up. That's right. That's 4 in a row. 4-1. All right? And we're still going. We're still going. We don't stay the same. We're going to just continue to get better and better. I got 2 game balls.
Yeah, the Lions winning again by double digits, extending their winning streak to 4 games on Sunday, picking up a 37-24 Week 5 victory over the Cincinnati Bengals at Paycor Stadium. We love to see it. I was watching that game. It got really close in the 4th quarter, but hey, we came out on top, and that's what we love to see.
It's a frustrating loss because every loss, at this time of year is frustrating, but I'm obviously proud of our group and excited to get home.
Yeah, despite starting the best pitcher in baseball, though, the Detroit Tigers no longer have a lead in the ALDS. The Tigers lost to the Seattle Mariners 3-2 in Game 2 of the ALDS on Sunday at T-Mobile Park in Seattle. The series now tied at 1-1 as it heads back to Detroit for Game 3 tomorrow. Hopefully we can bounce back. All right, it is time now to get into today's talkers. Jack Nissen joining us now. Jack, what's happening?
Hi, Jamie.
Hello. How was your weekend?
Oh my gosh, it was. I think it was a good weekend.
You think you can't remember?
It's been so long, you know. So much has already happened.
Monday's already here.
Yeah, I spent quite a bit of time actually with sports, as you already told everybody about. It was a busy Sunday. Though I have to say, working with sports involved, and if you're rooting for that team, not that you'd be, you know, intruding with that bias in the story, it doesn't make it so bad, you know?
Not at all. Not at all.
Of course. I do think that kind of brings up the first topic that I think is most interesting, which is the Comerica Bank sale. So as we took a look here, it's Fifth-Third Bank. They are buying Comerica Bank for a stock purchase of $10.9 billion, which is quite a bit of money, and this will turn them into the 9th largest bank in the U.S. I kind of think it's interesting because Comerica's connection to Michigan is odd. They are the 3rd biggest bank in Michigan, but they actually don't even operate here anymore. Yeah, I know. Turns out they actually moved to Texas in 2007.
Wow.
I know. The reason why I think it's interesting, though, is because now what do you do with that baseball stadium where the Tigers play? Jamie?
I think we should leave it alone. We know it as Comerica. I know Fifth Third is buying Comerica, but what are we going to call it? Fifth Third Park?
Fifth-Third Comerica Park, maybe? No, it doesn't really ring off the...
I hate that, Jack. That was no. It has to stay Comerica. This is what we know it as for years, decades, if I'm not mistaken. And then, get this, if another bank buys Fifth Third, we're going to change the name again?
You know, the same thing happened actually with, what was it, the Cobo Center, right, Tom? Is that what it's called?
Cobo Hall.
Cobo Hall, yeah. Then it became TCF Center for a hot second, and then it became Huntington Place, which is another bank.
See?
I know, these mergers.
It's confusing to keep up with for Detroiters, coming from a Detroiter. It's too much.
I did learn, though, that I guess Comerica signed like a 30-year deal in 2000. It was like $66 million to basically name where the Tigers play Comerica Park. So, and they actually got a little bit of an extension on that into 2034.
Okay.
So it could stick around for a few more years. I will say also, though, that the Toledo Mud Hens, which is the Tigers' AAA team, they actually also play in Fifth-Third Field. So
confusion.
Good luck keeping up with it, you know?
Too much. So what do you think? Should they change the name or keep it as Comerica?
I mean, I was always so attached to Joe Louis Arena. So now that we don't have that anymore, we have Little Caesars Arena.
Yeah.
And I get it. It's, you know, the way the market moves. I wouldn't be surprised, but, you know, there's a bit of nostalgia that I think we'll always have.
I don't like it. And some people may not like this. I hear consumers is hiking up some prices there.
Yes, it's that time of year. This is for the gas customers, which I believe is all of Metro Detroit. We almost all get our gas from consumers. They have been approved for, and my notes tell me, a $157 million increase. This is about an 8% increase on the typical gas customer in Metro Detroit, Jamie.
Wow.
How does that feel to you?
Awesome. I don't have consumers.
No. You don't?
I'm just kidding.
What? Again, this is gas, not electric.
Okay.
That's that
you're
would
right.
be DTE, which I'm sure another rate hike for them is also on the way.
That lets you know who's paying attention to the bills.
There you go. There you go.
You know, people don't like when the price of things, and you think about our economy right now, we're already paying much more for many things. You think groceries and things like that. So this is just another thing to add to the list.
Yeah.
But hey, we need the gas, we need electricity. So what can you do here?
Yeah, so the Attorney General actually had something to say about this, which is why does the Public Service Commission keep approving new higher prices for customers that are struggling to keep up with the ones beforehand? Yeah. I will say a chunk of the money that they want is for improving infrastructure, which I would assume mean gas line, which I would assume meaning gas lines, and then there's also a new fund I think they're creating for people who actually cannot afford this stuff, kind of a low-income fund for people who need a little bit of help on their side as well.
Okay, well, at least they're helping out the people who need it, but
yes.
All right, prepare for that rate hike. This one also stinks. Jack?
I know, we're just full of it today, aren't we?
Tell us about it.
Yes, the stink bug. You might notice it because it's coming into your home. This is usually the time it does. There it is, yes. These little guys, they're invasive. They're not from around here, which is why nothing eats them. And that's a problem because they kind of run run sort of everywhere, and they really don't have to worry about anybody, killing them until they get into your home, and then I'm guessing the homeowner will take care of it themselves.
Oh, why do we have this enlarged like this?
So you know what it looks like. Yeah.
Ew.
These are good tips, though, for keeping them out of your house. Vacuuming them is a great idea. Squeezing them and smushing them is not a good idea. That's because, as the name says, they stink when that happens. And it's you sort of to keep predators away from eating them, but of course they don't really care. Wow.
Wow. What just happened there? Wait.
my entomology doesn't go much further than homeowner tips because I don't know what that was.
What was that?
But I guess they also do that, which is,
On top of stinking.
On top of stinking.
And maybe that's why they think, Wow, I can't believe we got that up close and personal shot.
Yeah.
Listen,
lucky us.
The thing with stink bugs, normally when you see a bug, for some, their instinct is to kill it. But when you see a stink bug, you have to stop yourself because if you kill it, it's gonna smell. It's a catch-22. I
will say there is some satisfaction if you just wrap it up in a paper towel and flush it down the toilet. That could be fun, right?
That's a good tip, Jack.
Look at you. Look at me.
Look at you.
I should sell this stuff.
Hey, that's a great tip. I've never thought about that. I usually I'll look at it and they'll look at me.
Here it comes. Boop, boop, boop. There it goes.
That. I need you to get online and figure out what we just witnessed.
What do you think I should type into Google to look it up? Huh?
I'm not going to say it on camera, but I'll tell you after the show because that was wild.
Of course.
How do we even get a shot of that?
Of course.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, don't kill the stink bugs. And then what's happening here?
This is our weed shop that got busted. I actually don't think it was a dispensary, but more of the provider to dispensaries. But
also, when Jack says our, he doesn't mean our.
No.
We don't own
Fox
a
2 does not
marijuana
own one. No.
dispensary.
Thank you, JV.
You're welcome.
Keep the liability to a minimum here. This would be our weed bust story that we put up last week, and it did pretty well. I'm gonna guess people were kind of interested to know what it takes to have your license revoked. Apparently, it's misallocating thousands of pounds of weed.
That'll do it.
Very unsanitary conditions when you are operating and sorting through it. These guys didn't even have surveillance footage that they were asked to sort of provide to regulators when they came in looking for, just to look inside and see how everything is going. I looked up the shop. It is Cherry Industries, LLC. They were named in a 16-count complaint from the Michigan Cannabis Regulatory Agency. And basically, after a lot of legal jargon and paperwork, they voluntarily gave up their license, which means they'll no longer be in business in Detroit.
And talk about those surveillance cameras because dispensaries are supposed to have those. That is a requirement, right?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I don't think it gets much more regulated than this business and this industry. It's pretty new, and Michigan makes a lot of money off of it, and you've probably heard they're going to be making even more money off of it with big old new tax coming on the way.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll deter Michiganders, though, because we smoke more weed, and not we being me and you.
Thank you for clarifying,
the
Jack.
state engages in per capita more cannabis purchases than any other state in the United States. I know.
We're number one?
We, and again, not you and me, are number one, baby. Just so we know.
The state is number one.
The state is number one.
All right. We're not number one at a lot of things, but apparently Michigan is when it comes to smoking weed.
I know.
And with that being said, I do not think that will deter customers because they've had it and have enjoyed it here for so long. Just because it costs a little more, they're going to cough up the money, in my opinion. I think that'll happen.
Yeah. And I will say it's going to a good cause. I mean, we are getting literally hundreds of millions of dollars to fund our roads. Are we? I think we are, based off the number of traffic cones outside my house.
Oh, man.
And the highway.
That's
and the
another
commute.
story. Maybe we'll talk about that one tomorrow, Jack. Or later in the week.
All
right. That was today's Talkers with Jack Nissen. Thanks, Jack.
Thanks, Jamie.
And of course, we're just getting started here on Fox 2 Detroit Live at 2. More news and a live look at weather with Alan Longstreet right after the break. Welcome back to Fox 2 Detroit Live at 2. Your time right now is 2:17 as we give you a live look out over the city. Take a look at those temps, 83 degrees. I'll tell you what, you better enjoy them because Allen Longstreet, is this it?
Soak it in. Yeah,
Soak it in.
This is it. Look, late October could, maybe, possibly. It happens. You get to, 79, 80. Probably won't. And then, so let's just say it's the last 80 till April.
Till April, guys.
Till April.
April.
So,
Springtime.
yeah, it's going to be a long time, for sure. But we got to talk Tigers, though, okay? We got a lot going on in the world of weather. Some big changes are coming our way. Big game tomorrow, 4:08 first pitch, and we have the shift, so the air will be different for sure. We're talking low 60s first pitch, rain ending. So it's going to be a damp Tuesday. It's going to be a wet Tuesday. But I would say the bulk, if not all of that rain, done by the time we get to the ball game. And again, that's the look ahead. Here's the current view. I mean, 83 degrees. October 6th, right? It's October 6th. This is, just incredibly warm weather. That will come to a close, all right? Overnight lows, we drop, we fade. But what happens Tuesday is we probably see our highs either early in the morning, maybe a midday spike, upper 60s, and then we fade again further. 50s turn to the 40s. So here's your Wednesday morning, and this is not going to be the coldest morning of the week. We go colder Thursday and Friday mornings as well. So it is, it's back to the fall feel for sure. That transition does involve some wet weather. Here's Sky Tracker. Nothing going on for now. There's rain south. There's rain off to the north. We're going to be dry today. By this evening, could there be something isolated? That is possible. A much better bet just kind of as the night rolls on to see intervals of rain work in, and that'll carry us over into Tuesday morning. Here's 8 o'clock. Some wet weather. I'd say midday. Yep, more rain. But again, 4 o'clock first pitch. This rain will either be done or winding down. So this is not going to be a situation where we cancel the game, got to postpone the game. No. Worst case, which I don't think will happen, would be just a brief postponement as that rain will be coming to a close. And that's our only shot for wet weather this week. Rain totals, I'm going to go about half an inch, maybe an inch on the high end of things, kind of what we're looking at, which we would welcome. Because again, I've been singing this song for a month plus. It's been really, really dry. So we want that rain. You just don't want it to spoil the game. 83 degrees. Dew point 58. 60 and above, that's muggy. So we're going to get there kind of late today, tonight, tomorrow. But then we drop it. The fall feel in all of the ways will be back before too long. But again, all of today we're really, really warm. But 91 degrees is the record. We haven't hit a record in the stretch. It's just been consistently, what is that, quick math, 20 degrees above average, right? Just missing out on those records. Today, I'll say mid-80s, 68 overnight. We do have the full super moon, Jamie, so it looks real good out there. Problem is the clouds are going to be increasing as well. So can we see that tonight? Maybe there will be some patches of clearing, but there you go. Summer today, fall tomorrow. That's it in a nutshell for you.
All right, enjoy these temps today and try and get a look at the full super moon.
Yeah.
Thanks, Alan.
No problem.
All right, and let's get a look at what's coming up next. It's a movement to confront the maternal health crisis. And now a new wellness app will give soon-to-be moms the help and support they need at the palm of their hands. We'll speak to the founder right after the break. Welcome back to the show. Another live look out at the city. Remember, 83 degrees right now, possibly the last 80 degree this season, so enjoy it. Well, every new and expecting mom deserves a village. And now a new app is bringing that village to the palm of their hands to help them feel supported 24/7. Joining me now is Tierney Clark, founder of The Heart Next Door. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, Jamie. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely. Tell us about your journey and what led you to create The Heart Next Door.
Yeah, for sure. So it all started with the birth of my daughter. Last year, I gave birth to her. And if you just imagine, I went into the hospital to have her. I was put under anesthesia for C-section. Baby was delivered safely, but I didn't wake up from the C-section until nearly 24 hours later.
Wow.
And when I did, I had a heart monitor, I had a catheter, I'd had a blood transfusion because I lost 10 liters of blood. I had a full hysterectomy. And the worst part of it was that I was 2 buildings away from my newborn baby girl, and I wasn't able to hold her for 2 days.
Oh my goodness.
And so, yeah, that is the story that launched it all, because as I emerged from that, I was just so grateful to be alive, but I also just learned about the sorrow and the pain that is the maternal mortality crisis, and how way too many moms don't survive from birth.
Definitely. I'm so sorry to hear that you went through that, but you're taking the pain that you experienced, turning that into purpose with not only this organization, but you're also launching an app and hosting a Maternal Changemakers Gala. Tell us about that and what people can expect.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm super excited about this. Not only are we launching the Heart Next Door app formally, which puts care and community at the fingertips of new and expecting moms, but we're also bringing together 10 amazing maternal changemakers across the city of Detroit who are actively doing the work to improve maternal health outcomes. And we are just making a celebratory evening. Last year we had the event and we talked about the problem, we build awareness with a panel, but like this year we're talking about, okay, so what are we doing about it and how can we make it better for moms and babies everywhere?
That is amazing. And let's dive a little bit deeper into the app. How will it work? Is it available now?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much. So it is in beta right now. It's not available, but it will be available on October 26th. And so even though our end users are moms, we are specifically working with birth centers, physicians, so that they can use this as a tool, not only to help moms, but also to inform them with data, because we know that when we look at the maternal mortality statistics, the research shows that 80% of maternal-related deaths are preventable. And so we seek to specifically target that by giving providers the data needed to intervene so that fewer moms and babies lose their lives. So in the app, we have amazing features. Not only do we have check-ins for mom, so she gets daily notifications just to check in on how she's doing, so we can get in some of those determinants that are really not really taken into consideration. So, and then we also can check on baby to see how baby is developing. They can also connect with their providers as well, sync all their appointments in one place. And then the biggest part is they can connect with other moms, either by zip code or by areas specific to, like their birth.
I love that. Love the community that you're creating through the app, especially those daily check-ins are so important in having that village. Really quickly, when it comes to the maternal health crisis, what do you think needs to change?
I think that the biggest thing that needs to change is awareness. I think not only awareness, but also I think that we all need to understand that we all play a part in it, right? When you look at it and birth is supposed to be such a sacred and beautiful thing, becomes a battleground. I think that we all need to take ownership and accountability and ask ourselves, like, how can we make a better world? And it starts with each of us.
Definitely. And where can people find more information, not only about your upcoming event, Waking Up to Change, but the Heart Next Door organization as a whole?
Yes, so you can visit our website, www.theheartnextdoor.com, and you can also find us across all social medias. We are at Heart Next Door on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere. The Heart Next Door, that's us.
Tierney, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your journey and all that you're doing to help new and expecting moms. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me, Jamie.
Absolutely. All right, that's all for us here on Fox 2 Detroit Live at 2. Jay Towers is up next. Have a great day.
weekend for the Detroit Lions. The Lions pulled off their fourth straight win, beating Cincinnati 37-24. I will say going into the half, the Lions were fantastic, and Cincinnati was down. And then after the second half, they started catching up to the point where it was like the last 4 minutes of the game, and I'm going, oh no, we don't need one of these situations, because the Lions have done it before. We pulled back, in the second half. So I'm like, we don't need Cincinnati doing that.
They had a little reset, I think, in the locker room at halftime.
Little reset,
yeah.
David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs. Did you guys see the video of Jahmyr Gibbs I shared?
No, I don't think
Instagram
so.
story.
No,
it's so. His touchdown celebration yesterday. Everybody is sharing that because it's so. Here, I'll show it to you. But
okay,
yeah, it was really it was an exciting game to watch, and it's interesting now to see so many Lions jerseys in the crowd.
Yeah.
At an away game.
I know.
Maybe that was always the case. I don't know. It seemed.
What are you doing with your phone?
What do you mean? What am I doing?
What's with the scrolling like that?
Are you online dating?
I was looking. No, the last thing I looked for was from back in April, Brandon Flowers. So I needed to advance my pictures back to most recent. Why do I have to explain myself to you?
Well, it's just like you're aggressively hitting that
My
thing.
life is like explaining myself to everybody. That's all I have to do.
No, just Chelsea.
No. See this?
Oh, look
It's funny, right?
I like it.
Yeah, it was so great.
That is good.
So you have that this weekend. The Tigers lost a close one to Seattle, 3-2. The teams split the first two games of the series, with the game 3 back at Comerica Park tomorrow. And Alan did say we might have rain for that. So we'll see what happens here. But, we won that first game, so Saturday was pretty exciting.
The first one, I think we won 3-2.
Yeah. Today is the day for that. Tomorrow. Detroit calls must include the 313 area code. A new 679 area code will start rolling out next month as numbers run low. So if you're calling a 313 number that you normally just dialed, now you have to put the 313 there.
I was today years old when I found out that if I call, my area code is 248, that if I call other 248ers, I don't have to use the area code. I had no idea. I thought as of 10, 15 years ago, we had to.
But who do you dial that you even put in there? Everything's saved in your phone.
Well, I told her that where I am, so I'm assuming it's for all of you, but I'm in 734, and if I call another 734 number, and I was showing her examples in my phone, I don't have to put 734.
Even on your cell phone, obviously, right?
Right, yeah, so I had them.
So not the rotary at home? I don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, my God.
What other phone is there?
I have a rotary phone.
Yeah.
Someone bought it for me as a joke. I would love to plug that in. You think it would work?
I don't know. It might.
Like an old school
I
rotary?
don't know if I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, so I think, the only reason you would have to put in 313 is because there's a new area code now.
Yeah, because now it doesn't know. Yeah, it's not going to know the difference.
Right, okay.
And finally, this morning, this is interesting. The post office has launched a new app that sends real-time alerts on packages and lets you scan barcodes and share delivery updates with others.
Oh, I like that.
I didn't know they didn't do that already. I get an email alert every day telling me what's coming in my mail from the post office. I can tell.
Do you think they mean just regular now?
No. Well, I get that now for regular mail. I know exactly what bill will be in my my
You know
box.
that the value pack is
Sure
going to
do.
be coming?
Sure do.
What?
And especially during political season.
Wow.
It's another Mark Tisdale postcard.
I kind of feel bad for the post office. That seems like a lot of work.
Well, it's all scanned. It's all automated, I'm sure. It's not like somebody's scanning it on Allison's old scanner.
That would be so great, though.
Coming to the Martinic house. All right, there's some headlines on 100.3. All right, so what happened on this day in history? We'll start with this. 29 years ago in 1996, Faith Hill married Tim McGraw.
Aw. Now, I swear to God, if they ever break up, like, there's no hope in any Hollywood relationship. They've been together for 29 years. We just had Massimo and Lori Loughlin split, Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban.
I'm still in mourning for that one.
Massimo?
No, I mean, that one was a shock too, but Keith and Nicole.
Yeah,
that one's tough.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't have a lot invested into that relationship.
I didn't really either, but for some reason I'm feeling it.
It's hitting you hard.
Yeah.
In 2000, Meet the Parents with Ben Stiller and Robert De Niro hit theaters. Very, very funny movie.
See, if I can't trust you, Greg, then I have no choice but to put you right back outside the circle. And once you're out, you're out. There's no coming back.
Well, I would definitely like to stay inside the circle.
Well, then tell me the truth.
So funny.
So good.
And they're doing another one.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
With Barbara Streisand's going to be in it.
I think
that's
so.
how I heard it.
I feel like, is Millie Bobby Brown supposed to be in the next one?
I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe not.
Like Millie Bobby Brown. 25 years ago, in 2000, the original CSI Crime Scene Investigation premiered on CBS.
That was a big show for us. We were in front of the TV every Thursday. We cranked that opening, da-na-na-na-na. That was Grissom, Sarah, Nick, Warwick, Catherine.
Look at you.
I was all about it.
How do you, I don't know how you do it.
Is the CSI salon with the guy with the red hair?
That's CSI
From
Miami. It's not.
No, it's not. But that was on a long time,
That
wasn't
was
it?
your dad's favorite,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Wasn't a
right.
bad
Yeah,
show. That was
yeah.
all right.
In 2016, Princess Paisley Park compound opened to the public for the first time. There you go. There's some back in the day. On 100.3 WNIC, Dearborn, Detroit. It's time for Hollywood Minute. It's brought to you this time around by David Femininio. Get David, get paid.
After Dolly Parton had to reschedule her Vegas residency due to health challenges, Tim McGraw announced, funny that he's in the news today, he announced a mini Vegas residency that'll take place in December. Tickets are on sale now, and it is kind of to fill the place of Dolly Parton. So,
Do you know any of his songs?
Tim McGraw?
Yeah. You know, Don't Take the Girl. You want to cry?
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, Don't Take the Girl will do it for you.
I don't know. Don't Take the Girl.
It starts off, he's a little kid and his dad wants to take a girl fishing with them.
Oh.
And he doesn't want her to go because girls don't take the girl. And in the end, his wife's going to have a baby, but she might die.
Oh,
and he's
God.
saying, don't take the girl that way.
Meaning his mom?
No, meaning his wife or the baby or someone who might not make it. It's a roller coaster.
The only country song I know is That Ain't My Truck in Her Driveway. That ain't my shadow on the wall. That's my girl, my whole world.
Who sings that?
But that ain't my truck.
Did you make that up?
No.
Who sings that?
I don't know.
That's your only country song you know?
What else you got?
Celine Dion and her 3 sons went to Paul McCartney's Got Back Tour concert at Allegiant Stadium on Saturday in Vegas. I believe this was his second stop on the tour. She was seen clapping, cheering.
Man, old people cannot be stopped anymore.
No, they really can't.
No.
Like 80's the new 40.
Look at the Queen's tour that's just happened. Look, Patti
I know.
LaBelle and Shaka Khan.
I know.
And wait,
It's awesome.
Who else is on that? Stephanie Mills.
Yeah.
And Gladys Knight.
Wow.
They were just in Detroit. What a show.
Oh, my God.
Taylor Swift, the official release party of A Showgirl, came in at #1 at the box office. It made $46 million globally. The Rock's new wrestling drama, The Smashing Machine, totally bombed its opening weekend. It made about $6 million. This was the worst opening weekend of his career, despite his performance being praised as Oscar-worthy.
I wrote this in my book a long time ago, but that old adage, you have to spend money to make money.
Yeah.
That became a saying for a reason. If you don't put any money into your product, don't be surprised when it's garbage. The only reason I even knew that was a movie because Chelsea said it Friday.
I know.
I saw no
you-
advertisements, and now The Rock's got to be blamed for it.
You're upset with the marketing, but they're also saying like Chelsea said, he's Oscar worthy, maybe.
Oh, well, I like it when but good. The Rock is good.
There's been bad performing films at the box office that go on to win awards.
Yeah, but there was another movie that bombed, and we didn't know it was out. Promote your product.
Gigle?
No, that was just bad. That was just bad.
And finally, Eric Clapton in a bitter feud with his neighbors who want to demolish and rebuild their $2.3 million home in England, adding an elevated terrace. Now, here's the problem. The terrace would overlook Eric Clapton's pool, becoming a significant and unacceptable invasion of his privacy. He told local authorities, he has meetings out there. He needs his own privacy. But as of right now, it looks like the city's planning council is going to approve the neighbor's plans.
I am not familiar with British law, but I am very well versed in American law as an almost lawyer.
Yeah.
And I get most of my information from TV. But in a King of Queens episode, when Doug and Carrie's neighbor put a pool in their backyard that went over their fence.
That's right.
They had to take it down.
Yeah.
Well, so I think even though Eric Clapton is apparently really cranky these days, he's the one that's right. And I can't believe...
Can you imagine how mad you'd be if someone would overlook your yard?
And also, neighbors, why do you want to make Slowhand mad? I don't understand.
That's right.
TV tonight, we have Monday Night Football.
What is this? I wish I had my medical music available. I don't think I have it.
Oh my God, you should.
Is this a
medical center?
Medical center? Is this an emergency? Is it surgery?
It's not emergency. It's scheduled surgery. I decided actually over the weekend it needs to happen. I'm just going to do it myself.
Okay.
All right. So backstory. Here, I'll give you my phone. Look at the bottom of it. Feel around. It's all cracked. My phone screen is all broken.
Oh my gosh. What's going on?
Yeah, it falls a lot. So it's all like broken glass here. Whatever phone screen.
Look at you, Annie Lennox, walking on your broken glass.
Always. So I'm going to get a new phone soon. I don't care about it. One habit that's left over from COVID is every day when I come home from in the house, I alcohol wipe my phone down.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good.
So, and then I wipe it off with a cloth. Wipe the alcohol wipe. So like 2 months ago, 2+ months ago, I'm doing my thing every day and my hand runs across the broken parts and it hurts and I feel like I cut myself. I'm like, okay, be careful. Don't do that again. So, some weeks go by after this and I'm like, I must have cut myself a little bit on the broken edges. Some weeks go by and it hurts again. And I'm like, well, that's weird. That should have long since healed. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll show Chelsea. Look right there.
You've got glass in your finger
there's a
or
piece,
in your hand.
There's a piece of phone screen in my hand.
It's like in her
no.
palm. It's like embedded in there now.
Yeah, and it can't work its way out because there's no pores here. It's under a You know how splinters can work its way up
So
to the
did
surface?
the skin grow over the glass shard?
Well, it went in on where, your hands are callous.
You can't do that yourself.
Wait, so hold on, though. I mean, it seems like a really dumb reason to make a doctor's appointment, and I can do it myself. I'll take a scissor, and I'll sterilize it, and I'll make a little incision. Because here's what's going to happen if I don't get it out of my hand. One of two things. This is the only way it can go. Either I'm going to create a new form of phone screen cancer, which I will succumb to.
Oh, my God.
Or it's my origin story, and I will become a superhero. Because in my hand is a piece of phone screen that had billions of images transmit through it.
What are you going to be, Glass Woman?
I don't know. I don't know.
What superhero came out of glass in their hand?
Well, first of all, it's like glass that's had images come through it. Maybe my hands will grow to like 80 times their size. I can catch planes falling out of the air.
Can you just go to urgent care and have them take it out, please?
Like I said, it seems like a real dumb reason to make a doctor's appointment. And did I just not tell you all my doctor's appointments from now till the end of the year? I got my hands full.
Okay, hang on. Here's why you shouldn't cut the glass out of your hand.
Okay.
One, there's an infection risk.
Well, I told you I was going to sterilize the
Breaking
scissor.
the skin further with a knife, scissors, or even tweezer increases your chance of introducing bacteria. Two, you could damage a nerve or vessel.
Yeah, what if you hit a nerve?
Or a vessel.
Well, I don't know. Like right under, I don't think there's any vessels there.
Number three, sometimes the hidden shard isn't the only piece. A medical professional can x-ray and use the proper tools to check. What you can do right now is wash your hands with soap, gently rinse the area with warm water, and if it's very small, superficial, like a superficial splinter, you can sterilize the tweezers.
I need you to stop squeezing your hand and trying to make it come out.
But which I can't because it's not porous. So that's why it can't work its way out on its own. That's why I was like, I'll schedule a surgery, an 8 a.m. I'll be in and out.
Please don't.
I'll anesthetize the area, sterilize the scissor, hydrogen peroxide when I'm done. I'm a good doctor.
You understand that watching these shows doesn't make you a doctor.
Sort of it. I mean, I have some medical skills. You do see that I at least knew how this operation was going to go. I needed scissors, rubbing alcohol.
How about an X-Acto knife? Maybe that's better. At least it's a little sharper.
Oh, please.
I don't know why I'm encouraging
I'm making you
this.
an appointment. I can't allow this.
So I'm going to make a doctor's appointment.
And say, please get this shard of glass out of my hand.
I just feel like I can do it. I feel like there's a list of do-it-yourself surgeries, and this would fall under that category.
It's freaking me out being able to see it, too.
And by the way, that's been in there since July.
You couldn't just leave well enough alone, right? You couldn't. You wouldn't let me have my stitches and my cut in my head. You had to do this now. Allison has surgery.
Do you think I'll get breadstick socks?
I'm letting Olive Garden know. We're going to have blessings for you.
Good.
And imagine gift back.
One can only hope.
Praying for you, Allison.
Thank you.
All right, 100.3 WNIC. You know what I read this morning? The every like other week we get one of these, and today was good. I thought I'd give you a couple of them. The 10 things that happened 10 years ago.
Oh yeah, I like this.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah, we like when these come out. So we'll flash you back to
that would have been 2015.
Right.
Oh, I didn't. That was
a decade ago.
Yeah, I don't like that year.
Oh, I do. I love that year. 10 years ago, you joined Jay Towers in the morning.
Technically, it was in 2016. No.
This is your 10 year.
Yeah.
It's a
look at that.
It's a decade of hits.
I like that year.
Yeah. So let's get your sadness on the right time.
Oh, yeah. Total attitude adjustment.
Thank you. 10 years ago, Burger King's Halloween Whopper was turning people's number 2 green.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But wasn't it because of a specialty Whopper? Or no, that was the black Halloween.
It was the bun. Yeah. It was the food coloring in the black bun that blamed it.
Mm-hmm.
It even inspired couples costumes that year. Which is kind of funny. Justin Bieber stepped out on his balcony fully naked. He was vacationing in Bora Bora.
Oh, I remember those photos.
Someone caught it.
Oh, of course they did. And even his dad was like, nice job, son, or something like super creepy and gross. But yeah, no, that was interesting.
A list went viral of the weirdest things people got while trick-or-treating 10 years ago. BuzzFeed asked people to name the oddest things. Answers included cigarettes, potato salad in a plastic bag, and condoms.
Weird.
I can't. That's what happened 10 years ago. That made it to it's been 10 years since that.
That sounds.
I feel like that
something
happens all the time.
Oh, I was going to say that sounds like something that would happen like the 80s. Who's passing out condoms on Halloween
or cigarettes
or pasta or potato salad?
Well, the condoms one, that was an episode of Everybody Loves Raymond. Remember, there was kids at the door, and it was Raymond's father, and he
yes, they were.
Yeah, and he didn't know. He just started handing them out.
Yes, I do remember that.
I remember this because I did this story on TV, and I think I did the interview about it. Princess Leia, her bikini sold for a whopping $96,000.
Yeah,
from Return of the Jedi.
Someone owns that. That's so cool.
That would be cool to have in your house.
Yeah.
And this is very topical as we just had this conversation with Emma from our show in her Dancing with the Stars recap last week. Bindi Irwin was on Dancing with the Stars, and she went on to win.
That was 10 years ago she was on?
Crocodile Hunter Steve Irwin's daughter. Yeah, her little brother Robert was in the crowd. Now,
that's crazy.
Destined to win himself.
Could be the year for her.
Yeah, the Irwin.
Could be the year for him.
What I think is so crazy is I have, actively not watched Dancing with the Stars for the past couple years. And ever since Emma came on and talked about like how much she loves it, and we did her little recap and stuff, I have talked about Dancing with the Stars with people the entire week.
Yeah.
Half my friends are watching, apparently. Never stopped.
See, I'm able to walk out of here and forget that all of it ever happened.
Yeah, I
don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the clips. You know what I watched this weekend? I'm so mad at myself because they're not even new, and I didn't like it when it was on, and I don't even know if it's still on.
Okay.
I got sucked into like a marathon of Storage Wars.
Oh, I was into Storage Wars for a while.
It's so stupid. And that one guy goes, yep.
Oh,
yep,
Dave, he's annoying.
I'm like, oh, okay, Dave.
The silver fox guy with the cars.
Yeah. And then who's the guy that's always in the sleeveless shirt with the goatee?
Yep.
And he like it's so stupid because he's like, I hate it at the end. He'll go like, he goes, well, let's see what we got here. You know, we bid $380. And then he literally takes the crap of crap out of this storage locker that you couldn't give to somebody you didn't like.
Right.
And he's like, all right. Yeah, we got a wood end table here. That's $25. It's ting. And it's like he's adding up, trying desperately to hit that $380 that barely he makes.
Have you ever seen it?
No, I haven't, because I have taste in shows. Are you actively trying to avoid any show that me or Allison ever recommend to you?
Hold on before you answer that.
The same to you.
I just want to go back to what she just said.
I do have taste.
The person who watches the Kardashians just said that.
Yeah, right.
And the Real Housewives.
Well,
I like to be current.
By the way, I saw Bill, speaking of the Kardashians, I feel like I'm all over the place today, but then we'll talk about lines next. But I don't know what store it is, but in the mall there is a gigantic mural or photo of, I think, Kim Kardashian.
Okay.
But I can no longer tell now the difference in photos between Kim Kardashian and the mother.
And her mom. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Like, what's her name? Kris Jenner. Is she trying to look just like her daughter on purpose? To confuse people?
I think Kris is just trying to be as young as possible, and that facelift really is working.
But can't she look young and not like why or vice versa? Why does Kim Kardashian have super short hair like her mother now?
In Paris,
That's what I wondered. Who did what to their hair?
Like, who went first? I think it's Kris Jenner.
But I was like, did Kris get long hair or Kim? So Kim got short hair?
Yeah, you can't tell the difference almost.
Oh,
Plus, those pictures are all airbrushed anyway. So once you put the filter on them, you don't know who's who anymore.
I don't like that look for Kim.
Yeah.
Kim has the short hair for Paris Fashion Week. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, but no, she looks exactly like her mom.
Well, there you go. There's a little weekend roundup for you and 10 things that happened last year. 100.3
Happy Monday, Detroit. I'm Bree Teamer, and you're watching Fox 2 Detroit, live at 3.
Live from the Fox 2 newsroom, this is Fox 2 Detroit.
Well, one teen is dead and another hurt after a drive-by shooting in Detroit this morning. Investigators say 2 teenagers were walking home from a store when they were targeted in the area of Littlefield near West Chicago. Police say suspects inside a blue Lincoln SUV drove by and fired between 28 and 38 shots. We're told there may have been an altercation between the 2 teens and the suspect before the shooting happened.
To the community, I'm just letting everyone know that we will find the individuals. We do have video assets and we use all of our technology to locate them. I am extremely disappointed, upset with the fact that somebody would gun down these young people this morning. Whatever charges I can bring, I will bring, but this was premeditated murder. And when I do get the individuals, my intention is that they spend the rest of their damn life in prison.
Anyone with information is asked to call Detroit Police or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP. Well, Southfield woman is dead after a Sunday night shooting. Police found a woman suffering from a gunshot wound inside a house on Banbridge Drive near 13 Mile and Southfield Road. That happened around 11:30 last night. The 45-year-old was pronounced dead on the scene.
When I came down and talked to the police officer that was here, asked him about it, and he just said it was an isolated incident. I guess trying to make me feel like it's not a random thing that the neighborhood should be concerned about. So I thanked him for that, and then I went inside and looked on the phone and my computer for stories that could be on the news services here, and found out that a woman had been killed.
There was a 3-year-old child in the home at the time of the shooting. That child was not hurt. No arrests have been made in the shooting, but investigators tell us they have a suspect, and it's someone known to the victim. If you know anything about this case, call Southfield Police. Well, a family mourns the loss of a young mom killed in a hit-and-run crash on Detroit's east side. The crash happened Saturday night at Chalmers and Seymour, and the victim was Breonna Jackson. She was just 23 years old, and police think the at-fault driver was speeding, ran a red light, and crashed into 2 other vehicles. 3 others were hurt, but are expected to survive. The driver who caused it got out and ran from the scene. Police are asking anyone with information to come forward. In Michigan State Police, they're investigating a road rage shooting on westbound I-696. Troopers say it happened Saturday night near Woodward. Now, according to the caller, while in the far left lane, someone in an Infiniti pointed a gun out the window and fired 2 shots. No vehicles were hit and no one was hurt. Troopers searched and they didn't find any shell casings. State Police saying if you're involved in something like this with someone who's out of control, you're advised to create some space and call 911 immediately. Now, despite this, Detroit Police announcing a significant decline in violent crime through the first 3 quarters of 2025. Homicides, non-fatal shootings, and carjackings all trending significantly below last year's historically low levels.
The carjacking numbers from 2013, and we have dropped 88% in carjackings. You go back to 2013, and there was a culture in this town, if you needed a few bucks, you stuck a gun in somebody's face and you stole their car. And nobody bothered to do anything about it. It seemed impossible. 15 carjackings a week in this city. And now we're down to less than 2. Because we put in the green lights, we put in the real-time crime center, and all of the agencies here work together, and now there's a culture of accountability. People in this town know if you take a car, there's an extremely good chance that helicopters are going to track you and you're going to spend years in prison.
Now, that's just the tip of the iceberg. You can read all about the latest crime statistics on our website, fox2detroit.com. Well, the back-end parking situation in downtown Detroit, it's coming to an end. Crews are repainting the lines on Washington Street today. And when they're done, all those back-end spaces will be converted to pull-in spaces. The back-end angled spaces were originally created because some new meters need to be able to read license plates. And since Michigan doesn't require plates on the fronts, drivers had to back in. Now, once the new lines are drawn, the pull-in parking spaces will be free for the rest of the year. I can't think of anything crazy going on downtown Royal Oak. I guess the winter blast. So parking will be free for that and a bunch of other things. There's always something going on in Royal Oak. Well, a major bank deal this afternoon. Fifth-Third Bankcorp is buying Comerica for, guess how much? $10.9 billion. Fox 2's Brendan Hudson joins us live with more. Brandon, What you looking for?
I was looking for some billions of dollars lying around so I could try to buy one of these banks here. Look, I don't really know what's more surprising, whether Royal Oak is ending back-end parking or this merger happened. So this merger, right.
yeah.
So Royal Oak, no, see, you got me mixed. I got mixed up talking about Royal Oak. But anyway, look, this merger between Fifth-Third and Comerica, this will make Fifth-Third the 9th largest bank in America, I think, as of June 30th, and I was looking this up prior to our conversation here. So Fifth-Third was originally the 20th largest bank in the country, behind big names like J.P. Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo. So now with this merger, they become the 9th largest bank in America, and this is really a sign of the time. So back 30 years ago, the legislators signed a law saying that banks can start to merge across state lines. And so this has been really an ongoing trend for the past 3 decades. But if you've been paying attention, this is something that, in order for these regional banks like Fifth-Third Bank to survive, they need to start acquiring other banks. So for Fifth-Third and for Comerica Bank to, basically stay relevant, they need to join forces. So this is kind of the conversation. You may remember a couple of years ago there were a few banks out in the West Coast that were collapsing, and so because the market for banks is so saturated, they need to find a way to stay alive, and this is one of those ways.
What's interesting about this is you said Fifth-Third at one point they were the 20th largest bank.
This was just as of June.
Yeah, just as of June, and now they're buying Comerica, and that brings them up to the 9th spot. But I would think it would be the other way around, right? I would think that Comerica would buy Fifth-Third Bank.
Right. So you would think, because Comerica is so well known around Detroit, well known around Metro Detroit. I mean, Comerica's named. I mean, Comerica Park is named after Comerica Bank. You would think this would be one of those situations where it would be the shoe would be on the other foot, but that's not the case here. Fifth-Third actually it's been acquiring banks for quite some time, and this is the latest where they see Comerica, I think, has a great wealth management department. So this helps them out. This helps Fifth-Third out as far as opening that umbrella with a lot of its consumers. Now, if you are a consumer of Comerica Bank, I spoke with an expert who said, over the next 6 months or so, you may start getting some communication about changes, whether it be to credit cards, checkbooks, whatever is associated with your bank. It may cause a little bit of a disruption, but don't necessarily feel don't feel too frustrated, because if you've been around long enough and you've had one bank before and it's had to change over, this is pretty much the same thing. So it will take a while to usher in some changes, but in the long run, I believe we'll see if they're going to merge into one bigger name or a name change, or if it's going to remain Fifth-Third, or if something's going to happen where that it will just be named Comerica, but it will still the parent company will be Fifth-Third Bank. The other thing I did want to mention before I forget here, Bree, I did reach out. And this is the elephant in the room here. Comerica Park.
Yes.
So what happens with Comerica Park? We reached out to Comerica Bank and to the Tigers, well, not the Tigers organization, but Comerica Park. So they were telling me, I got this statement from the VP of Corporate Communications. This was in the last 10 minutes or so. So he says, Fifth-Third and Comerica share a deep commitment to the communities that we serve, including Detroit. Comerica Park is a beloved landmark with a rich history, and we recognize its significance to the Tigers fans and the city. As we move forward with the merger, we remain focused on honoring the legacy of both institutions and continuing to support the places and partnerships that matter most to our customers and communities. While it is too early to discuss any potential changes to facility names, we are committed to thoughtful decisions that reflect our shared values and long-standing community ties. Now, I will say this. There was a 30-year deal. So when Comerica Park was named, Comerica Bank had signed a 30-year deal that was set to expire in 2029, and then there was a re-up, an extension to 2034. So I believe if there is a change, if it doesn't happen immediately, it may happen in 2034. So just stay tuned. That's what, 8 years from now?
Right.
Yeah.
Just stay close because it's happening any day now in
Right.
2034.
Right.
Yeah, but I definitely could see. I mean, it kind of sounds like they don't really know right now, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
and this is also new.
Yeah.
So it just kind of seems like they don't really know, and we don't know either. So we'll just have to wait and see.
We'll
what
see.
happens.
You never know. Tigers will
Yeah.
be playing at Fifth-Third
Yeah.
Park at some point
But
in the 2030s.
Julie said Julie, our executive producer, she said there's already a Fifth-Third Park. It's in Ohio.
Yeah, Fifth-Third. Yeah. Down in that's where the Toledo Mud Hens
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
that already exists. So
We'll see.
Will we have two Fifth-Third?
We could. I mean, the Mud Hens and the Tigers. I mean, the Mud Hens are in the same organization, family organization as the Tigers. So you never know.
Yeah, we don't know, and we will continue to find out.
Just keep looking for some billions around, and maybe we can get
Yeah.
our own bank
Yeah,
around
maybe
here
we can
too.
put our billions together,
Yeah.
and we can just buy it
when
and
we
just call
find
a
it.
day. Yeah.
I don't know if it's in the
Yeah.
the mattress, in the wall somewhere.
yeah, sock
Yeah,
drawer, yeah.
a lottery ticket. Yeah,
Yep, exactly. All right, Brandon, thank you very much.
no problem.
All right, well, the Tigers, speaking of Comerica Park, they went out to Seattle, and they did accomplish what they set out to do. They had to win at least one game there, and they did that. The Lions, just another day at the office, going on the road and dismantling the Bengals. They are now tied with the best record in the NFC with a 4-1 record. Take a look.
Take the direct snap. There it is. Jared gives it to Montgomery. Bounces it left. Montgomery to the 5. Montgomery to the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. The Cincinnati Kid is packing the stat sheet tonight. He's got a pass for a TD, and he's got a rushing TD.
All right, and that was touchdown scored by none other than David Montgomery. Now, it was another team effort that was led by scores from Mr. Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. Now, Detroit fans making the road trip south on 75 to cheer on the home team. You can see them right there in the stands. They were deep, and you could hear chants of Jared Goff coming from
Take the direct snap. There it is.
Now, the Tigers, they were out west, and we know that they did what they had to do. Game 3 is tomorrow against Seattle, back home right here in our city at none other than Comerica Park, soon to be Fifth-Third Park, maybe. And you know what? If you don't want to wait that long, there's a celebration happening tonight. A drone show outside of Comerica Park at 8 o'clock at night, like the display that they had up last year. Now, this is completely free. You don't have to pay for this. And for the best viewing, I'm going to give you a little tip. You can go to Columbia Street near the Fox Theater. That's going to be the best spot. But you want to get there early because, for obvious reasons, right? People are going to be out there. All right, Fox 2 Detroit is just getting started. Do you have a 313 phone number? Most Detroiters do, but starting tomorrow, you'll have to do something a little different to make a call. We'll explain all of that straight ahead. Welcome back to Fox 2 Detroit's Live. You are looking at our beautiful city, at least part of it, by the way. That's the Detroit River, Belle Isle across the way there. And then if you really look back there, you can see a white top. That's the Aretha. What's that big building right there in the front? Is that the Fisher building? What's that, Tom?
Allied.
Ally? Okay, that's Ally. And then what's that other big building next to it?
Here?
Yeah.
That's an apartment
complex. That's an apartment complex. And then not much else we can see from this shot, but it does look like there's a boat out there on the river. Looking nice, looking nice. 84 degrees right now, which, by the way, they say that this is probably going to be one of the last days that we have a day that the temperatures are in the 80s. We'll let Alan Longstreet tell you. We'll let Alan Longstreet tell you in just a moment. But first, let's talk about this, because Governor Gretchen Whitmer is set to sign Michigan's new $81 billion budget. So what's in it? Well, take a look right here at your screen. There's more money for schools and roads and free school, breakfast and lunch programs. There's also a hefty 24% tax on weed or cannabis. It's a wholesale tax paid by the shop owner who'll likely pass it on to the consumer. Store owners say it'll drive many of them out of business or out of the state. And lawmakers suggest it isn't perfect, but it is a compromise.
It is commensurate with what other states tax, especially states around us. So I think that there's been a lot of investment. There's a big industry in Michigan. This could change that a bit, but we also all made commitments to having further discussions on additional policy measures with an eye toward ensuring that good actors can continue to thrive in Michigan.
It can be used strictly for roads, so we had that kind of flexibility. The price is going to be buried in the purchase price, so people aren't going to necessarily see it that it's a tax that's driving up the price, but it's not your local retailer, that's driving the increase. It's a tax.
The new 24% tax will take effect January 1st. Now, this is on top of the 10% retail tax and 6% sales tax that's already in place. Well, the city of Detroit has a big change for the 313 area code. Starting tomorrow, every call, even local calls, must be made with all 10 digits, which of course includes the area code. Now, if you still try to call with just 7 digits, you'll get a message telling you to try again. And then beginning next month, telephone service providers may begin issuing new customers the new area code of 679. This is all because they're running out of number combinations for people with 313. The new area code will cover the same geographic area. Wow. I feel like if you have a 313 number, you are just lucky right now. You're going down in history. You got a piece of history attached to your phone right now. So keep that number or sell it to me. All right. Well, let's check in on that weather with Fox 2's meteorologist, Alan Longstreet.
Hey, good Monday afternoon. Fox 2 meteorologist Alan Longstreet here with a look at, your hot October forecast. I mean, what is it? October 6th. And we're talking mid-80s across the region. Boy. Now, the end is near. The end is coming. This can't last forever. We will cool things down. But boy, what a summer look we have there. The city in the distance. High temps, mid-80s. Now, we're going to crash. Tuesday will be totally different. Here's Tuesday morning. Our high temps may be overnight into early Tuesday. Maybe we bounce back to close to 70 midday Tuesday, but you get the picture. Our numbers are going to be significantly cooler. And of course, we continue to fade Tuesday night into Wednesday. Here's Wednesday morning. Numbers in the 40s across the region, and we likely go colder later this week as well. That transition, that will feature wet weather. So Sky Tracker's crisp, clear, quiet. A few clouds build, rain south, rain to the north and west. That front will slice through, moisture increases ahead of it. And the end result for us is rain. I would say today dry, but by this evening, early tonight, there could be a spotty shower. Here's 8 o'clock, not much if anything. But then we get intervals of rain beginning tonight, maybe a rumble of thunder, which would simply enhance that rainfall. And then that continues off and on into Tuesday morning. So here's Tuesday, midday. I still think that rain's coming down. Now, as we head into Tuesday afternoon, of course, this matters because we've got the Tigers. We got a big game. 4:08 first pitch Tuesday. This rain will be winding down. Could there be a couple showers left over? Maybe. But the bulk of that rain done by midday Tuesday. So damp for the game, sure, but drying things out. And then that continues through the rest of the week. So how much are we going to get? I would say right now the range looks between 1/2 inch to maybe 1.5 inches on the high end. You can see that little swath of purple there. Probably localized if we do in fact get that. We welcome whatever rain we get as we continue to try to stave off that drought. We're down about 1/2 inch for the month of October, and this is coming off a dry September as well. So we want the wet weather. We want it to be done by the game though. So temperatures pushing in the 80s. Dew point not too far from 60, and I think we get there. So there is a little bit of moisture that surges into the region. It'll be around briefly, and it's not stifling heat. But yeah, considering early October, normals, standards, averages, that is something that you'll notice. Sunrise today, 7:36, sunset, 7:06. 66 and 48, those are averages this time of the year. While today will be very warm, will be quite hot. 91's your record. We set that back in 1963. So no, not quite there, but also not too far from it. And again, our stretch of warm days coming to a close. As that rain comes in, temperatures drop. We're talking 60s on the high end through the week. They do come up a little bit for the weekend, but there's that nice fall feel I think a lot of folks have been waiting for coming our way by the weekend.
Thank you, Adlin. Well, parents go to great lengths to make sure their children are safe. But there may be some things that many of us with little ones may not do correctly. Let's talk about that after the break. Welcome back. Well, you find out you're having a baby, and it's really exciting. You start all the prep work, you read all those parenting books, you buy a car seat, but then you try to install that car seat, and it all comes crashing down. But we're going to get some help on this so we can be prepared, right? Suzanne Johansson from Chevrolet. She's Chevrolet's passenger safety engineer. She joins us live to help us out. No relation to Scarlett Johansson, right?
None, no.
That would have been pretty cool though, right?
Yeah.
All right, Suzanne, let's talk about this. I mean, I think that a car seat is very tricky. I used to nanny in college, and I had to put a car seat in my car, and it was very tricky to figure it all out. So tell us, what do you think are the most common misconceptions when it comes to car seats?
I think, first of all, getting into the car seat space is a big task. There's so many options out there on the market. And at Chevrolet, we partner with Safe Kids Worldwide for nearly 30 years. And the effort is to raise awareness about vehicle safety and passenger safety, helping prevent those tragedies that can occur. So for us, safety is holistic, and we really focus on advanced technology, research, and advocacy to improve safety for everyone. So when I talk about the amount of car seats on the market, to me, it's really important to ensure that I understand the product that's out there in the market to our customers, and that we can improve the ease of use of those car seats into the vehicle, and also enhance how it's communicated to our customers, whether it's through the owner's manual or other means that might help them have more peace of mind to install that car seat properly.
What about the different car seat brands? Like you said, there's so much that goes into picking out a car seat, right? There's fancy ones, right? There's a Nuna that everyone's going crazy over. They even have Bentley car seats now. How do we know if we're picking the right car seat?
So first of all, you should be checking the owner's manual of your car seat and ensuring it's an FMVSS certified car seat. That's really important to make sure that it is certified to those federal standards. And then secondly, all of the car seats that are out there really have a lot of different options for ease of use and what fits best with your child. But one great tool to help you identify where to put your car seat or what car seat's best for your child, should they be rear facing or forward facing or in a booster? You could use the ultimate car seat guide that you find at safekids.org. Once you enter in your child's height and weight, it will tell you the proper child restraint type to choose from, which will help narrow down your selection. And that's really aligning your child not just to what's legally compliant in terms of laws in your state, but most importantly, the best practices for the children, right? This is based on research. It's based upon data, and also, gives the safest option for you to select for your child. So that, coupled with the owner's manual of your vehicle and the owner's manual of your car seat, is the right tool to help you install that child restraint.
Now, Suzanne, I read something that said 80% of people who use a car seat are using it totally wrong. Is there some sort of service that we could indulge in, I guess, or use to make sure we're using it correctly, I guess, outside of the manual?
Yeah, and outside of that, in the Ultimate Car Seat Guide, you're right. So last year, nearly 600 kids under the age of 12 had died in crashes, and more than a third of those children were not buckled. So first of all, seatbelts are our first line of defense, and safety is the number one priority for us at Chevrolet as well. So from that, we also know 2/3 of the car seats that are checked at Safe Kids Buckle Up events around the country, they are not installed properly. So it may not be that it could be something small. It could be, but the small things make a huge difference, right? It could be, is the seatbelt tight enough? Is the harness tight enough around the child? Or is the chest clip at the right height on the chest bone at the underarm height? Also, are they in the right car seat for them? Are they rear facing too soon, or forward facing too soon and should continue rear facing longer? A lot of these mistakes are preventable, and that's the whole purpose for the education and getting it out there. Also, one other thing that we have as a takeaway, which has helped with the vehicle development, is a study that Safe Kids did back in 2017 regarding top tethers. On a forward facing car seat, for instance, the vehicle has an anchorage on the back of the seat generally, or a tether rerouter for a pickup truck, for instance. And that top tether helps control the kinematics of the child's head and neck in the event of a crash. However, they've been historically very embossed in black, and it's hard to see. But that study did show that 64% of parents were not using that tether in that forward-facing seat. And then obviously that number had dropped significantly. So by having that tether color contrasted, which you'll find on the Chevrolet vehicles on your dealership showroom, you will see that color contrasting tether label there. So you know what it's for. It's not for cargo, but it's for a car seat. And same with the ease of use of the lower anchors into the seat. They are nicely appointed such that it makes it easier for you to attach the lower anchors of the car seat as well to the vehicle seat bite.
Suzanne, great tips, great information. Thank you so much for giving it all to us. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Please check out events at safekids.org, and you can find a child passenger safety technician to help you in your community by your zip code.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, well, coming up, we're easing the burden for people fighting cancer in the community because that's the mission behind the Shades of Pink Foundation. How you can get involved and helped out with this mission, we'll tell you right after the break. Welcome back to Fox 2 Detroit Live, giving you a live look at a Bayview Yacht Club. Love this shot. Absolutely love it, especially right now because it looks so pretty. Although it does look like the sun is maybe starting to set. I don't know what's happening out there. Anyways, let's talk about this. The Tigers, they're getting ready for a huge game at Comerica Park tomorrow. It's game 3 of the American League Divisional Series, and Fox 2's Lauren Edwards is on the story, getting reaction from fans. Lauren, I can imagine how the energy is out there, but tell us, how is it?
You know what's so funny, Bree? I can tell you right now, energy is okay, but we've seen fans come up and get tickets and, take pictures and stuff like that. But tomorrow, this is where the party is going to be. But I want to show you something before folks come out here tomorrow. I'm going to turn the phone around. And just so you know, it's kind of fenced off a little bit. I'm going to walk around. I just want you guys to see it's fenced off. When we arrived today, hey yo, hello. This is for Fox 2. But no, this is what it looks like, and we've been seeing fans come up actually all day and try to get tickets right here. And I will say, you guys, I've seen tickets for like $52 resale, but they're there. But yeah, you can see off to the distance, there's like a stage, and I see them bringing in like different items, and I keep wondering if they're going to do what they did for opening day and have the fest out here. I don't know if you guys remember, but there was like a fest and everything that's going on. And of course, the Tiger has his jersey on because he knows what's up. But yeah, I just keep wondering like what they're gonna do, because it was so fun on opening day when it was packed out here, remember? And there were so many people out here, and we were having fun, and there was a DJ, and we were dancing, and we were laughing and having a good time. So I just wonder if they're gonna do that again, because that would be that would be the party to kick off the party that's gonna be happening over at Comerica. Well, Comerica Park next to me.
Yeah, Lauren, I already heard they're going to have tons of block parties
my
out
goodness.
there, all the things. So it's definitely going to be a vibe out there. Hopefully the rain doesn't rain on our parade, right? 'Cause we are supposed to get it.
I know. Hopefully there's no rain, you know? You got to get it in tomorrow and then Wednesday. But yeah, like how much fun I'm going to turn it around. How much fun? Again. Oh, and they had pizza, all other food, some tacos. Man, the block party would be bumping out here, you know?
Lauren, we love this so much, and we love that you always bring us.
I'm
the
just
vibe,
excited.
especially when it comes to our Tigers. Thank you so much, Lauren, for giving us a preview of what we can expect tomorrow. It's going to be fun. Thanks, Lauren.
It's going to be fun. I know Tom wants to be here. He already told me he wants to be here. So Tom might call in sick.
Oh, you just put him on blast. You just put him on blast, Lauren.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Tom wants to be in so he can get some pizza.
Me too, but okay. We're not calling off work.
Got it.
Thank you very much, Lauren.
Yeah.
All right, well, October is officially Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but it's never too early to raise awareness for the thousands of women and men impacted by the disease. This is an ongoing thing. And here to tell us more about the initiative and mission of their company and foundation is Jenna Wright-Greenman, board president of Shades of Pink Foundation. Jenna, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, of course. So we're in Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and it's a time where we see a lot of people wearing a lot of pink. But, I mean, breast cancer awareness, it doesn't just encompass a month, right? This is something that goes around year round. So tell us the importance of that.
Yeah, thank you. So you're absolutely right. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, has been, I think now for about 40 years, I heard on the news the other day that it's been celebrated is not the right term, but recognition for breast cancer awareness. But you're absolutely right. It goes year round, and Shades of Pink Foundation is a local foundation that was started 20 years ago. It's our 20th anniversary, and it's to provide financial assistance in real time to men and women who have financial needs while undergoing care and treatment for breast cancer.
So tell us a little bit about your goal this year, because I know it is in the 6-digit range.
Yes, absolutely. And no goal is too lofty. We had a goal last year of raising close to $100,000, and we raised $90,000. So this year for 2025 and our 20th anniversary, our goal is to exceed that, to in fact try to raise $100,000. And that can be done in many ways with third-party events and sponsorships, which we always are trying to promote for our organization.
Now, you all have so many things going on. I mean, we see right here classes provided to local high schools, all kinds of events and fundraisers. How do you think that our viewers can help you out with this?
Absolutely. So we encourage any of the viewers to participate in any of these third-party events. You can reach out online to shadesofpinkfoundation.org to connect with us to see how you can even hold your own events, such as a pink out during a tailgate or our Great Tigers tomorrow. It's as simple as asking friends and family if they want to donate money for such a great cause, because the unfortunate reality is that most of us know somebody in our family, in our circle of friends, or in colleagues that we work with that has been touched by breast cancer that could use the financial assistance in real time if they're going through this.
Now, how do you think Shades of Pink, how do you think that differs from other nonprofit organizations who have a similar mission?
Yeah, great point. So we call all of the other organizations that many of us hear about our partners in the community, whether it's Carmanos, et cetera, all of those that many people have name familiarity with. The difference with Shades of Pink that we like to differentiate and explain is that, again, it is local. We are locally born and raised, grassroots effort, and it has grown and grown through the years. We encourage anybody going through breast cancer treatment in any of Southeast Michigan communities and even beyond that to reach out to our organization, because we're willing to consider what their needs are and provide that real-time financial assistance. But of course, we always encourage anybody who has a need to partner with any of these wonderful organizations that help support breast cancer and breast cancer awareness.
And where can we learn more about Shades of Pink and all that you guys do in the community?
Yeah, so you can go right online to our website, shadesofpinkfoundation.org. There you can find numerous things regarding all of the events that we have year-round, but in particular, some of the events that we have here during Breast Cancer Awareness Month and some of the third-party sponsorships that we have.
You know, I bet you guys are just so booked this month, considering that it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. What are some of the events you guys are participating in this month?
Yeah, thank you for asking. So we have some wonderful events coming up. We've got many schools and organizations across the Metro Detroit area that are helping us by doing a sponsorship or a Pink Out event and donating proceeds to our organization. We have Genthi Automotive. We have Smart Transit, who is partnering with Shades of Pink, I think for several years in a row now. Jay McLaughlin at Somerset location, as well as in Grosse Pointe, is doing a sip and shop this coming Wednesday, October 8th, from 2 to 7, where they donate a portion of the proceeds to our organization. We've got many things, and they are all on our website where you can help out.
Jenna, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being so passionate about this mission. It's important, and I'm happy that you're sharing it with us.
Thank you for having us and enlightening everybody to our organization.
Of course. Well, waiting in line doesn't have to be viewed as a waste of time. Fox's Jessica Formoso reports and tells you exactly what I mean by that.
Line is something New Yorkers know a thing or two about.
Depends on the day, depends how the day went. Maybe I'll think about it. Other times I think I'm just ready to go home.
For the most part, people standing in a line comes with a combination of stress, anxiety, frustration, and boredom.
Terrible. Like we're standing in line, to get your ticket to put your bags in for an airline, not relaxing.
An unpleasant experience often seen as a waste of time unless you're someone who enjoys the anticipation.
Like certain places, I'm I know I'm going to wait in a line. I expect it. But the reward is getting a pop-up bagel or something when the line's long. It's worth it. I was in traffic every single day going to school, and I did enjoy listening to music and getting to think and be alone with my thoughts because you're kind of just trapped and there's nothing else that you can do.
Their way of thinking could actually be good for your brain. At least researchers think so.
There are a lot of wonderful opportunities when you allow yourself to wait. So it's important to reframe waiting as opposed to something that's frustrating. It really can be something that is good for your brain and good for you.
According to a study, your time in line can be used as an opportunity for your mental wellness. Researchers believe it's time you have to pause, reflect, and reset. They also say it strengthens self-control, helping you resist short-term temptations.
Really take those deep breaths. Try to be mindful about what your intention is for the day and have goals that you set. And also think about 3 things you're grateful for in that time frame. And all those practices can really help you refocus your frustrated energy into really productive energy.
Nava Silton is a clinical psychologist. She says we naturally gravitate towards social conformity, meaning we conform to what other people do.
We don't necessarily like waiting in those lines, but we really want to know what's happening. We have that kind of natural FOMO, or fear of missing out.
So the next time you're stuck in traffic or in a line you don't want to be on, switch your mindset, pause, and reflect. Who knows, you may feel some gratitude. I'm Jessica Formoso, Fox 5 News.
All right, well, who would have known, Rich? Waiting in line is actually good for you.
Pump it up, Bree.
But I feel like I would be on my phone.
Well,
more.
yeah.
I'd just be brain rotting.
Let me tell you something. There's different kinds of rot. You got wallet rot, you got brain rot.
What's wallet rot?
Wallet rot is when the kids get a hold of, what's in dad's pocket there. That's called wallet rot.
Got
then you got just plain old rot. That's when it all goes
just
bad.
Spoiled.
Yeah.
Like rotten apple.
Bree, let me tell you something. Today may be the last summer-like day until next spring.
I've heard.
I mean, it's 84 degrees outside. It's beautiful outside. It's breezy. It's warm. Tomorrow is the change. You know about the change?
The change.
There's a big cold front coming.
We're getting rain, right?
Yeah, well, we're going to get some rain late tonight and tomorrow morning. We're going to get cooler temperatures. It's over. Summer's over, man.
But you know what? It had to happen
in the
at
eyes,
some point.
man.
It
Summer's
had to happen
over.
at some point.
And that's true.
Fall started almost a month ago.
I love that. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Put that map up there. I'm going to show you what the story is. You see that line of showers from like the UP down to Iowa? That's the cold front that's coming at us. Certainly, it's going to be mild for the rest of the day and for this evening. And there's really not much on radar around us. Now, could there be a stray shower, 5, 6, 7 o'clock this evening? There's a chance, but a couple of little spotty showers there in northern Ohio. Let's take a look at, let's get right to it. This is Tigers baseball weather tomorrow. So right now we're 84 degrees. Tomorrow we're going to be about 60 at the same time. So we're going to be down about 25 degrees. So cooler, cloudy. But the good news is most of the rain that's coming for tomorrow is going to be in the morning. So I think they're going to play ball right on schedule. This is what it looks like right now, Bree. This is a 10 on the Luter meter. This is primo. Look at it. Look at that. Yeah, that could be like late July. This could be early August, but no, it is early October, and it is very nice out there. 84 degrees at Metro Airport. There is a breeze from the south and west. Take a look at these numbers. 81 Lansing, 86 in Monroe. There's 85 Mount Clemens. Even Port Huron getting in on the action. 82 degrees. The breeze, again, from the south and west. Right after sunrise tomorrow, that wind direction goes northerly, and that'll be a good sign that that cold front is easing through. So you can see where that cold front is. Look at Traverse City right now. They're 60 degrees. Mackinac Island's 54. So it's 30 degrees cooler at Mackinac Island than it is down here. That's pretty significant. 59 Green Bay. We'll be watching the progression of that front across the central Great Lakes late tonight and tomorrow morning. 75 still in Kansas City, but 57 up there in Fargo. Rather warm for Boston. Look at Dallas, 90 degrees. Here's that cold front. This is 11 o'clock tonight. So that cold front will be close to Alpena and Oscoda, and then just north of Chicago. It's that blue jagged line. And then I'm going to move the maps forward. I'm going to stop it. Stop. This is at 3 o'clock tomorrow. You notice most of the green Brie at 3 o'clock tomorrow is either east or south of us. So that is close to Tigers baseball. And again, most of the rain is going to be out of here. Then high pressure builds in for Tuesday night. We have another long, dry stretch of weather starting Tuesday night, well into the weekend and beyond. Here's our forecast tonight. It is going to stay very mild. The showers come in mainly after 9, 10 o'clock this evening. So a nice weekend, a nice evening is ahead. Here's our Tuesday forecast. Cloudy, cooler, yes. Morning showers, yes. Go Tigers, yes. 3 yeses there. There's a lot of yeses. Yes. I think most of the rain is going to be over like by 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock tomorrow. I know. So, Jen Hammond's going to tell you, prepping the field, because the tarps are going to be on the field tomorrow morning. There's no doubt. So, it does take time to get it from tarp mode into playing mode. It does take time. This is the forecast beyond tomorrow. Look at Wednesday, 62 and sunshine. Milder for the weekend, 70, 72. But today could be the last 80-plus degree day in about 6 months.
Yeah, you were not kidding. It definitely took a turn.
Did you see it there? Did you see it there?
Yeah, a sharp turn.
Yeah, I'm going to come back in about 25 minutes with another update, Brie. Are you excited?
Well, hopefully, maybe we'll see those temperatures go up.
I'm going to get my baseball bat. I brought a baseball bat in my truck.
All right.
I'm going to go get it.
We're going to talk to, let's talk to Jen about baseball after the break.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Yeah, and I guess Rich will be on sports.
She's coming up
next
next.
too. But you know what? Let's talk about sports because it was definitely a memorable weekend for our Detroit teams. And we'll break down everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, next with Jen Hammond. All right, welcome back. Let's get into some sports talk with our lady of the day, Miss Jen Hammond. She joins us live to give us an
My
update.
mic's on, right?
What's happening out there?
Oh,
Yeah.
dropping my phone. Hang on. Going down, getting the phone. Got it.
Yeah. Did you crack it?
I've
Is it
got,
good?
No, it didn't crack. There's
Good.
a screensaver.
Oh,
Not my
okay.
first rodeo. Everything. What an amazing weekend it was, right?
Oh, yeah, fabulous.
I mean, Saturday was incredible. The fact that the Tigers were able to go out to Seattle and get that first game. And there was a hope that they would be able to take advantage of a Seattle Mariners team that had been off for the last 5 days and was maybe a little rusty.
Yeah.
And the Tigers came in there with a great groove going after that series in Cleveland. And late hits, nail biters, right? 1-run wins in both games. The one on Saturday night, game 1, actually went to extra innings, and Detroit broke it open then and won. And then last night, Tarek Skubal, their ace on the mound, gets tagged for 2 home runs. And not even from the big dumper, not even from the number 1 home run hitter in Major League Baseball this season. But we expected this would be a tight series. Detroit comes home 1-1 with the Mariners. They flew today back from the West Coast, so they're kind of taking a day off. They did some little film work. They're going to have some media availability, so we'll hear from AJ Hinch coming up on Fox 2 News at 5 and 6. Now, this all sets the stage for an amazing week of Detroit sports, Bree. We've got the Tigers playing at home tomorrow. Game 3 is at 4:08, first pitch at Comerica Park, and we're going to have Jack Flaherty throwing for that one. So it's going to be a really exciting matchup. The crowd needs to be loud. Tiger fans, get on your feet for every 2-strike count. I mean, it was amazing, the sound that reverberated out in Seattle and the Pacific Northwest. I don't know if it's so close to the ocean that the water reverberates, but it was a loud crowd, and we need a lot of that from Detroit. They've also got to start hitting the ball, right? They're kind of they've been plagued by this left on base and runners in scoring position just being stranded that we saw throughout the Cleveland series. It's kind of carried over again to the Seattle series. Interestingly enough, both teams have scored 5 runs through each of the first 2, or 5 runs through the first 2 games. Each team has. But Detroit has been striking out quite a bit more, 59 strikeouts, so they've got to start getting some hits. We've got Jack Flaherty in game 3 and then Casey Mize in game 4.
All right, let's save some time for the Lions because they also dominated this weekend.
They did. A really big win over the Cincinnati Bengals, but unfortunately it did come with a cost. We saw the offense really clicking. David Montgomery, what a great homecoming for him with the pass there to Brock Wright for the touchdown. David Montgomery became the first Lion since 1953 to throw for a passing score and also run for a touchdown. They haven't done that in decades. I mean, my lifetime. Let's just say that, right? It's been a long time. So the offense is still clicking along, even without Taylor Decker. They did have some struggles, a couple of sacks that they gave up for Jared Goff. But for the most part, the offensive line was pretty darn good. Gio Manu is going to be back out there whenever until Taylor Decker is healthy enough to play again. But the defense with 3 takeaways was absolutely critical. It helped them win that game. They did lose Terrion Arnold, though. He re-aggravated that shoulder injury. And today in his press conference, Dan Campbell said it may be a while for him.
Oh, no.
So who knows what that means. Good news is they're getting Aleem McNeil back within the next 2 weeks. So getting healthy at some positions, less healthy at others. But this week, a tough Kansas City team, and we'll be keeping an eye on it for you.
All right. Thank you, Jen. And don't forget, for our viewers at home, Sports Office tonight, 7 o'clock.
We'll
Jen's got
see you then. Yeah, Hogan Hatton's going to join us, the Lions long snapper, so it should be fun.
Ooh, yeah, for sure. All right. That's all for Fox 2 Detroit Live at 3. Fox 2 Detroit Live at 4 is up next. Stay close.
Happy Victory Monday, Detroit. Thanks for joining us on this October 6th. I'm your host, Jamie Sherrod, and you're watching Fox 2 Detroit Live at 4.
Live from the Fox 2 newsroom, this is Fox 2 Detroit.
Well, we begin with this. One teen is dead and another hurt after a drive-by shooting in Detroit this morning. Investigators say the two teenagers were walking home from a store when they were targeted in the area of Littlefield near West Chicago. Police say suspects inside a blue Lincoln SUV drove by and fired between 28 to 38 shots. We are told there may have been an altercation between the two teams and the suspects before the shooting.
To the community, I'm just letting everyone know that we will find the individuals. We do have video assets and we use all of our technology to locate them. I am extremely disappointed, upset with the fact that somebody would gun down these young people this morning. Whatever charges I can bring, I will bring, but this was premeditated murder. And when I do get the individuals, my intention is that they spend the rest of their damn life in prison.
Well, of course, if you know anything, be sure to call Detroit Police or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP. A Southfield woman has died after a Sunday night shooting. Police found a woman suffering from a gunshot wound inside a house on Bainbridge Drive near 13 Mile and Southfield Road. That was around 11:30 last night. The 45-year-old was pronounced dead on the scene.
When I came down and talked to the police officer that was here, asked him about it, and he just said it was an isolated incident. I guess trying to make me feel like it's not a random thing that the neighborhood should be concerned about. So I thanked him for that, and then I went inside and looked on the phone and my computer for stories that could be on the news services here, and found out that a woman had been killed.
Well, there was a 3-year-old child in the home at the time of the shooting. That child thankfully was not hurt. No arrests have been made just yet, but investigators tell us they do have a suspect, and it is someone known to the victim. Now, if you know anything about this case, call Southfield Police. A family mourns the loss of a young mom killed in a hit-and-run crash on Detroit's east side. That crash happened Saturday night at Chalmers in Seymour. The victim was Breonna Jackson. She was just 23 years old. Police think the at-fault driver was speeding, ran a red light, and crashed into 2 other vehicles. 3 others were hurt but are expected to survive. The driver who caused it got out and ran from the scene. Police asking anyone with any information to come forward. Well, Michigan State Police investigating a road rage shooting on westbound I-96. Troopers say it happened Saturday night near Woodward, according to the caller. While in the far left lane, someone in an Infiniti pointed a gun out the window and fired 2 shots. Now, no vehicles were hit and no one was hurt. Troopers searched and did not find any shell casings. State police saying if you are involved in something like this with someone who's out of control, you are advised to create some space and call 911 immediately. Well, we're always telling you about crime in the city, so you might be surprised to learn violent crime is actually down in Detroit. City officials touting a big drop in homicides, non-fatal shootings, and carjackings this year. Fox 2's Charlie Langton joins us live with more. And Charlie, it's good to hear some improvement on that front.
Well, you know what? Numbers can be made to do a lot of things, but I'll tell you what, the mayor went all out today with a crowd of people from state officials, local officials, and the feds talking about the numbers in crime. They're down. So what I thought we'd do is we'd go to 2 areas of the city where they've got the worst crime historically. One of them's on the east side. That's Houston Whittier area, 7 and Gratiot. We'll save that for 5 o'clock tonight. But right now we're here in Brightmoor on the west side of Detroit. You're not afraid, are you?
No, I'm not afraid.
How long you live in Brightmoor?
20 years.
20 years, you're not afraid. Let me get this guy over here. Stay right there, okay? Come here, Ray. Ray, this is Ray's house. It's beautiful. You've lived in Brightmoor for how many, 17 years?
17, yes. A little longer.
The mayor said today that crime is down, and it's been down consistently for the last 5 or 6 years. Do you feel safer today than you did 17 years ago?
Yes.
What do you think that's from?
What it's from? Maybe more cops been, checking around off and on.
Would you like to see more cops here?
Not a whole lot, but yeah. It don't matter, yeah. They can cruise and check us out.
How can we get rid of the crime completely?
Oh, how can you get rid of the crime? Well, that's hard to say. I don't know.
A lot of people have guns?
Yeah.
Do you need a gun, do you think, to live in Detroit?
Well...
In Brightmoor?
Well, you need a gun to live anywhere these days.
You have a gun?
Yeah.
All right. You feel safe with it, though, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you wouldn't, yeah, all right. And it's okay to have one. It's legal.
Right. Especially if somebody's trying to come in your house, what are you going to do?
Yeah,
Get shot?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, Ray, you're good.
Oh,
Good.
thank you.
All right, let's go. Anyway, this is Brightmoor. Let me give you a couple of status. Let me give you a little stats real quick here. Let's go carjackings. 90% down since 2013. One of the reasons, Project Greenlight, also parental responsibility. The courts are now arresting parents if their kids mess up. That's one of the reasons why crime is going down, okay? Exactly. Here's what the mayor is saying too. They've got a lot more, the courts, they're moving cases faster through the courts. So if you get arrested, you don't wait around a court, you're getting through the court system faster. ATF, the feds are coming in. And the feds are doing a lot. In fact, they have a Fed ATF agent for guns, because a lot of guns in Detroit. A lot of people say you need guns. You need guns in Detroit?
No, not really.
You have one?
Of course.
What?
I don't need it, but I have it.
Well, everyone's got a gun. Anyway, the feds are taking care. You better have the right gun. You better register and all that stuff. What else do we have? It was a long press conference today. A lot of people were talking. We're going to have more on this on 5 and 6 o'clock, but there's just some of the highlights. Project Greenlight, that's another one. That's some of the reasons. Right? This is Brightmoor. It's a tough area, right?
Right. It was.
It was. It's getting better now. Yep. I will send it back to you. I'm live. I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, Charlie, it's good to hear that they are seeing and feeling the difference as residents there and agreeing with these statistics, and hopefully crime can continue to trend downward. But as we just heard, they will protect themselves regardless. So thanks, Charlie. All right, we'll have more news right after the break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Fox 2 Detroit Live at 4. You are taking a live look out at a beautiful shot of the Bayview Yacht Club. Really just a beautiful day out there. You can see the time right now, 4:10, 84 degrees out there, and you might want to enjoy it because this might be our last 80-degree day that we see in a while. We'll check in with Rich Luterman in just a bit. But first, the back-end parking situation in downtown Detroit is coming to an end. Crews are repainting the lines on Washington Street today. Now, when they're all done, all those back-end spaces will be converted to pull-in. The back-end angled spaces were originally created because some new meters needed to be able to read license plates and such. And this is actually in Royal Oak, not Detroit. Now, since Michigan doesn't require plates on the front, drivers had to back in. So once the new lines are drawn, the pull-in parking spaces will be free for the rest of the year. I'm sure that is bringing a lot of relief to a lot of people who like to head down to Royal Oak, including myself. All right, Fifth-Third is buying Comerica, which will combine two regional banks. The all-stock deal is worth nearly $11 billion. And the deal, Fifth-Third shareholders will own 73% of the combined company. Comerica shareholders have the rest. Now, both company boards still need to give final approval. The new combined bank will be the 9th largest in the country. And right now, we don't know what that means for Comerica Park. Now, if they plan to keep the name or not. Our reporters are, of course, working on this story. We'll let you know as soon as we find out. But, Tom, I think they should keep the name.
I do, too.
We know it as Comerica. What, Fifth-Third Park?
People my age, probably people Rich's age, never really got used to DTE. And we just always called it Pine Knob.
That's true. That's so funny. Oh, man. All right. Well, turning now to sports, it was a busy day for Detroit fans Sunday. Let's start with the Lions. Take a look.
I'm not going to go another week, too, and feel bad about a win. I'm not doing it. I'm not freaking doing it, man. That's a good win. Was it perfect? No, it wasn't perfect. We got things to clean up, and we will clean them up, guys. We're going to get better. We will clean them up. That's right. That's 4 in a row. 4-1. All right? And we're still going. We're still going. We don't stay the same. We're going to just continue to get better and better. I got 2 game balls.
All right, you just heard Coach Campbell there. Listen, this was a great game. It ended up being a close game in the fourth quarter. At one point, we were up close to 20 points, and then, those Bengals caught up to us. But we still took the dub, thankfully, and hopefully we keep this going. We are 4-1 now. That's what we like to see. All right, now to the Tigers.
Bouncing ball to Naylor, flips and finishes it. Their first playoff win in 24 years. The Mariners have tied the series at 1.
Ugh, says Tom. He's very disgusted with this game here. The Tigers were leading in the top of the 8th inning, but Seattle tied it up with 2 runs. Now, although Detroit had the lead late, they ultimately fell short. The Mariners won the game 3-2. The series now tied at 1, making this next game very critical. Game 3 will be held at Comerica Park. I had to put some emphasis on that. It'll be held at Comerica Park tomorrow.
Obviously, it's a frustrating loss because every loss, at this time of year is frustrating. But I'm obviously proud of our group and excited to get home.
And Fox News' Ryan Armani has a friendly wager on the series with the news team in Seattle. Take a look.
Taylor Winkle and Avi Aconi made a friendly bet with Fox 2 Detroit anchor Ryan Armani. We want to check in with him right now. Ryan, how are you feeling after last night's big Mariners win?
Well, I feel great, to be honest with you, because if you would have told me prior to the series that Detroit would split games 1 and 2 in Seattle and come back home to Detroit with a chance to win the series, I would have taken it. I was surprised that they won game 1 and not game 2, but the result is still the same as they come back here with a game apiece, 1-1. So let's play.
Yeah, let's. This is a great series so far. Any trepidation, though, that your ace pitcher Scoble didn't get the win here last night?
Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. I think for the Mariners to beat Tarek Skubal last night was something that I didn't expect. And if you're a Tigers fan, you do feel a little worried at this point that if you can't beat the Mariners with your ace on the mound, maybe this game, this series is going to be a little bit tougher than everybody hoped.
Julio's come through so far. He's having a great playoff series, but we haven't had a home run from Cal Raleigh yet. So any concern that, the floodgates may open here the next game or two and we're going to see more homers coming from Seattle?
First of all, I love Cal Raleigh, by the way. I mean, who doesn't love a guy whose nickname is the Big Dumper? And I'm sure you guys have a lot of fun with that out there in Seattle. But the Tigers, if they don't hit the ball out of the ballpark, they're not going to win this series. It's something that Seattle has a lot more opportunities with guys. I mean, you've got Polanco who hit 2. Julio Rodriguez can hit the ball out of the ballpark. And Cal Raleigh, the guy who hit 60 home runs this year, hasn't hit a home run this series. He's not going to go the entire series without hitting a home run. So, yes, that does concern me a little bit. I almost wish he hit one last night and got it out of the way during a Mariners win. But he'll hit one at some point this series, and hopefully he does it when the Tigers have a big lead.
Right, and I don't know if you heard, but the chants of MVP every time he was behind the plate there were deafening there in the stadium. As I understand it, we're sending you coffee beans if you guys win. You're sending us some Detroit chips if we win. Oh, man, I'm looking forward to those.
Over 100 years old, baby. Over 100 years old are these chips.
I'm looking forward to them coming this way, Ryan, this way. All right? Good luck to you guys. Game 3. All right. Ryan, thanks for being with us.
All right. Nice, friendly wager there. Rich, did you watch the Tigers game last night?
I did. I got emotionally involved, actually. When Torkelson, got the hit to tie it up, I was very excited.
Yeah.
I was very excited because their bats were not really making magic there. So they finally tied it up, and I'm thinking, can they pull this game out? But then it didn't go their way. I mean, I thought Skubal pitched very well. I mean, obviously he gave up a couple of home runs, but I thought he pitched very well. And even Finnegan, he gave up a couple of good hits. I mean, it's mano y mano,
Mano y mano.
That's what it is.
Hopefully we do better tomorrow.
I think tomorrow they're going to do better. Yeah. And Mother Nature is going to come through, Jamie. We're going to have some rain late tonight. We're going to have some rain tomorrow morning. But I think as the afternoon wears on tomorrow, most of the showers are going to be out of here. So, it's not going to feel like today. Today it's 84 degrees out there. Now, our next cold front is lining up over Wisconsin, parts of northern Michigan. Look real close to Alpena, north of Saginaw, some showers and storms. Not for us. I think it's going to be later on tonight when those showers ease into our area. It's not going to be an all-night rain, and it's certainly not going to be an all-morning rain tomorrow. But with the passage of our cold front, we are going to have shower opportunities, especially Tuesday morning. That's our forecast for Tuesday at 4 o'clock. It's going to be noticeably cooler, Jamie. Right now, 84. Look at that. Tomorrow at this time, it's going to be about 60 degrees. So, Michigan. I mean, we get these great swings. People say, wait an hour and you'll see 3 seasons in an afternoon. And that's going to be true over the next 24 hours. Right now, beautiful out there. Look at that. Warm and breezy. Some fair weather cumulus clouds. Take a look at the number. Metro Airport is at 84 degrees right now. And the dew points are not all that high, so it's not really muggy. It's just breezy and warm, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think today is going to be the last bona fide warm day until we get the next spring. So it is what it is. A lot of 84s on the map. There's Jackson, Ann Arbor, Adrian, Pontiac, all 84. Look at Lapeer, 86 degrees up to our north. There is that breeze from the south and west. Now, it's easy to pick out the cold front. Look at Traverse City. They're 58 right now. Mackinac Island, 52 degrees. So it is noticeably cooler north of Traverse City, close to the bridge and for Sault Ste. Marie. And you can see where that cold front is, where the oranges and yellows become the green, that line that goes from northern Michigan all the way down into Kansas. That's the cold front coming our way. This shows it pretty well, Fox Futurecast. Tonight, as that front eases through, there'll be some showers. Now, we need some rain, so we're going to get some late tonight and tomorrow morning. But this is 3 o'clock tomorrow. Notice most of the rain is south and east of us. And then strong high pressure builds in. Wednesday, weather-wise, for baseball, again, no problems. In fact, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, no problems. Another long, dry stretch. Here's our forecast tonight. Very mild evening. Showers do come in late. And yes, there could be a rumble of thunder close to midnight. Not out of the realm of possibility. Tomorrow, cloudy, cooler. Morning showers likely. 67 is an early high, but temperatures will be falling by the time we get to noon. And then look at this. Another very long stretch of dry weather. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday, Sunday, we're going to be near 70. Now, 70 is a long way from 80, but that's another pretty nice weekend coming up for us. Yeah, I mean, that's not bad. So, Jamie, there it is. I mean, I put it all out there for you.
You put it all out there. And farewell to the 80s. It was nice while it lasted. It hung around for a long time.
We had a great, I mean, Friday,
really
Saturday,
did.
Sunday, today, 80s. Did you do anything this weekend to enjoy it all?
I did get outside.
You did?
I did get outside. I had to make sure I did, have that one last outside dining experience before they put all the, the tarp and whatnot on.
That's right.
Prepare for what comes eventually.
You know what's crazy? Do we have another 30 seconds?
Yes, we do, Rich. Anything.
You know what's interesting is, and you know this because you live here, like typically on Halloween, it's cold around here.
Yeah.
And Halloween is like 3.5 weeks away.
Mm-hmm.
So something is going to change, if you know what I mean.
Hopefully not. Maybe those kids will have a nice.
You know what?
Halloween.
I'm being like the Grim Reaper over here.
You
Yeah,
are.
I'm being like Mr. Scrooge. I'm going to take it all back.
Take
you know
it all
what?
back. We don't
How
want
about
to hear
this year
that.
if we have like 60 degrees on Halloween? Wouldn't that be nice for the kids, moms and dads? There, I'm going to be an optimist.
You heard it here first.
There
Rich
it is.
Luderman, the optimist.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rich.
Thank you, Jamie. Yeah.
All right, we still have much more ahead here on Fox 2 Detroit Live. Before we go, I do want to tell you about a conversation I had earlier with a local Detroiter who's taking her painful birthing experience, turning it into purpose with a new app that she's launching to help other moms have the support that they need. Take a look. Tell us about your journey and what led you to create the Heart Next Door.
Yeah, for sure. So it all started with the birth of my daughter. Last year, I gave birth to her. And if you just imagine, I went into the hospital to have her. I was put under anesthesia for C-section. Baby was delivered safely, but I didn't wake up from the C-section until nearly 24 hours later.
Wow.
And when I did, I had a heart monitor, I had a catheter, I'd had a blood transfusion because I lost 10 liters of blood. I had a full hysterectomy. And the worst part of it was that I was 2 buildings away from my newborn baby girl, and I wasn't able to hold her for 2 days.
Oh my goodness.
And so, yeah, that is the story that launched it all, because as I emerged from that, I was just so grateful to be alive, but I also just learned about the sorrow and the pain that is the maternal mortality crisis and how way too many moms don't survive from birth.
Definitely. I'm so sorry to hear that you went through that, but you're taking the pain that you experienced, turning that into purpose with not only this organization, but you're also launching an app and hosting a Maternal Changemakers Gala. Tell us about that and what people can expect.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm super excited about this. Not only are we launching the Heart Next Door app formally, which puts care and community at the fingertips of new and expecting moms, but we're also bringing together 10 amazing maternal changemakers across the city of Detroit who are actively doing the work to improve maternal health outcomes. And we are just making a celebratory evening. Last year we had the event and we talked about the problem, we build awareness with a panel, but like this year we're talking about, okay, so what are we doing about it and how can we make it better for moms and babies everywhere?
That is amazing. And let's dive a little bit deeper into the app. How will it work? Is it available now?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much. So it is in beta right now. It's not available, but it will be available on October 26th. And so even though our end users are moms, we are specifically working with birth centers, physicians, so that they can use this as a tool, not only to help moms, but also to inform them with data, because we know that when we look at the maternal mortality statistics, the research shows that 80% of maternal-related deaths are preventable. And so we seek to specifically target that by giving providers the data needed to intervene so that fewer moms and babies lose their lives. So in the app, we have amazing features. Not only do we have check-ins for mom, so she gets daily notifications just to check in on how she's doing, so it can get in some of those determinants that are really not really taken into consideration. So, and then we also can check on baby to see how baby is developing. They can also connect with their providers as well, sync all their appointments in one place. And then the biggest part is they can connect with other moms either by zip code or by areas specific to, like their birth.
I love that. Love the community that you're creating through the app, especially those daily check-ins are so important in having that village. Really quickly, when it comes to the maternal health crisis, what do you think needs to change?
I think that the biggest thing that needs to change is awareness. I think not only awareness, but also I think that we all need to understand that we all play a part in it, right? When you look at it and birth is supposed to be such a sacred and beautiful thing, becomes a battleground. I think that we all need to take ownership and accountability and ask ourselves, like, how can we make a better world? And it starts with each of us.
Definitely. And where can people find more information, not only about your upcoming event, Waking Up to Change, but the Heart Next Door organization as a whole?
Yes, so you can visit our website, www.theheartnextdoor.com, and you can also find us across all social medias. We are at Heart Next Door on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere. The Heart Next Door, that's us.
All right. Thanks so much to Tyranny for speaking with us. We truly appreciate it. We'll have more coming up on Fox 2 Detroit Live, including Business Talks with Mark Lee, where we break down how to better your business and answer your questions. That's after the break. Welcome back to the show. Small businesses are no strangers to ups and downs in the economy, from those rising costs to global supply chain pressures. Many are asking the same question on how they can build their businesses and help them to be more resilient, keep those customers loyal, and weather those uncertain times. And joining us now with some tips on all of that, our friend Mark Lee with the Lee Group. Welcome back. Good to see you as always.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Absolutely. So how important is building customer loyalty during economic uncertainty?
You want to have those relationships. And the bottom line is that if you don't have those relationships with customer loyalty, you're not going to get the revenue. And we know that 20% of your customer base will generate 80% of your profits, your sales. And so the bottom line, you must strengthen that customer loyalty, because if you don't, customers have choices. Either they'll keep your dollars with you or they will go elsewhere. And so particularly now with these uncertain times that we're in, with the economy, with the tariffs, with the customer shutdown, you know, people want to know, what are you going to do for me? So customer loyalty, which leads to brand loyalty, truly is an opportunity for you.
Definitely, because they can spend their money anywhere and you want them to continue spending it with you. So what can small businesses do to make sure customers keep on coming back?
You got to reach out to them. You know, we're talking about customer loyalty, such as simple rewards, right? Referral programs, discounts by offering significant discounts on prices if you can. You want to focus on the customer experience. Offering personalized service in this day and age really is crucial. People don't want to feel like a number. They want to feel like that someone is listening to them, that they can anticipate their needs. Provide that unforgettable customer experience. That's crucial as you continue to maintain and build that loyalty. It's also important that we continue that a business should communicate. You know, don't close the doors. People are wondering what's going on.
Yeah.
Why are my prices going up? Are you going to be in business next week? Transparent communication is open. It's an opportunity area. If I can speak right now, it's an opportunity area. Communicate why your prices might be going up. People want honesty. We certainly want that honesty. We value it. It's important to us.
And with that honesty comes understanding, right?
Absolutely. People they just want to know what's going on. And the challenge with businesses is that if something is going on, what do? They try to sweep it under the rug. And then what happens is that the customer starts to feel like they're in the dark.
Yeah.
And we don't want to feel that way. So transparent communication is truly a critical part of building that loyalty and building that relationship.
Absolutely. Now, what role do partnerships and maybe collaborations play in helping Michigan businesses stay resilient?
This is a crucial part of the strategy of building that relationship. Now is the time to focus on building loyalty through those partnerships. Focus on the fact that you're a Detroit-based business, that you're a Michigan-based business. Right now, it's okay to say, come support my business. It's crucial that you build relationships with community partners. It could be a church. It could be a fraternity or a sorority. It could be an educational institution, right? Because those guys and ladies certainly are in the community every single day. And so people will do business with people that they have relationships with. They will also do business with people that invest in the community. It's important that you communicate that you are investing in the community. How are you doing that? You're hiring people, right? So you're providing jobs. You're investing in educational opportunities. You're investing in providing tax opportunities, right? In other words, you're building economic development in a particular area. So building those relationships and those partnerships will go a long way and to certainly customer loyalty.
Now let's talk diversifying those revenue streams. How can digital tools like online sales or maybe even some loyalty apps help Michigan businesses do that?
A lot of small businesses, Jamie, still struggle with online stores. They want to really have that, that storefront. They still want people to come in. The reality of the situation is that people want to do business when they're ready to do business with you. It's no longer 9 to 5. I want to be able to click on an app at 10 o'clock at night, right, and start to search. So building revenue through the online store, subscription boxes, seasonal specials. Here we are. We're going into the Halloween season. We're basically here, right? Right behind that will be the holiday season, defined as Thanksgiving and then the Christmas season, holiday season. So diversify your revenue by offering discounts, by offering programs tied into the seasonality of their business. So let's talk about the Halloween specials, talk about the Thanksgiving specials. So use the online, the digital space to certainly build those relationships.
That's a great strategy. What lessons from past economic challenges can businesses apply to today's environment?
Keep the lines of communication open. The bottom line is focus on communicating, focus on building those relationships. The issue is that even today, with all this uncertainty out there, people just want to be communicated to, right? Again, focus on your local identity. I think in the past, when we've had these challenges, people say, hey, we're continuing to grow. Detroit is a brand. Detroit is a strong brand. Michigan is a brand. Tie into our roots and make sure that you continue to focus on that pride and the loyalty. If you do that, I'm confident that will help you moving forward.
Most definitely. Very well said, as always. Be sure to send in your questions. We'll answer them right here on the show. Mark, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Well, after months of consideration, Governor Whitmer is preparing to sign Michigan's new state budget. We're hearing what's included in the $81 billion deal when we come back. Welcome back to Fox 2 Detroit Live at 4. Your time now is 4:36 as we take this live look out. We can see right up close and personal to Belle Isle. You can see some people on the water there, and you can see it is 84 lovely degrees. If you've been loving this extended summer we've been having, enjoy it because that is about to end. All right, the city of Detroit has a big change for the 313 area code. That is right. Starting tomorrow, every call, even calls that are local, must be made with 10 digits, which of course includes the area code. Now, if you still try to call with just 7 digits, you will get a message telling you to try again. And then beginning next month, this one hurts my heart. Telephone service providers may begin issuing new customers the new area code of 679. That's because they're running out of number combinations for people with 313. We got a lot of people in the D, and now we can't have any more using the 313 area code. So the new area code will cover the same geographic area. So we'll be known as, I guess, the 313 and 679 now.
It doesn't have a ring to it.
It does not, and it will take some getting used. Tom said it doesn't have a ring to it. No pun intended. It'll take some getting used to for sure. All right, in more news, Governor Gretchen Whitmer is set to sign Michigan's new $81 billion budget into law this week. Now, there's a lot in it. That includes more money to fix the roads, of course, along with an increase in spending for education, including a continuation of the state's free breakfast and lunch program. A lot of people were understandably concerned about that. There's also a hefty 24% tax on marijuana to pay for the extra spending. And that is a wholesale tax which applies to shop owners who will likely pass it on to the consumer. Now, some say it could drive them out of business or out of the state. Lawmakers say the budget isn't perfect, but it's a compromise.
This is commensurate with what other states tax, especially states around us. So I think that there's been a lot of investment. There's a big industry in Michigan. This could change that a bit, but we also all made commitments to having further discussions on additional policy measures with an eye toward ensuring that good actors can continue to thrive in Michigan.
It can be used strictly for roads, so we had that kind of flexibility. The price is going to be buried in the purchase price, so people aren't going to necessarily see it that it's a tax that's driving up the price, but it's not your local retailer. That's driving the increase. It's a tax.
The new 24% tax will take effect January 1st. And this is, of course, on top of the 10% retail tax and 6% sales tax already in effect. Well, the federal government shutdown now entering its 6th day with no end in sight. There's a vote scheduled in the Senate today on the same short-term funding bill that has failed several times already. There has been no substantive negotiation on Democrats' request to protect subsidies for the Affordable Care Act to keep premiums from skyrocketing.
Right now, we're at a stalemate. They've now voted 4 times. There are conversations ongoing, Maria, where Democrats who I think realize this is a losing strategy for them.
Republicans, including Donald Trump, have gone radio silent. And what we've seen is negotiation through deep fake videos, the House canceling votes, and of course, President Trump spending yesterday on the golf course.
Well, the Senate is set to take another vote on the House Republican stopgap spending bill today. President Trump now ordering National Guard troops to Chicago, even though they're not getting paid during the shutdown. According to the White House, the mission is to protect ICE enforcement activity there and help stamp out what the president calls, quote, ongoing violent riots and lawlessness. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker has publicly condemned the move. It is unclear when those troops will arrive. Meantime, a federal judge has blocked the deployment of troops into Portland, Oregon. The U.S. Supreme Court back in session and hearing arguments this week. That includes a voting case on counting absentee ballots after Election Day. Now, during this term, the High Court will also hear several cases on presidential power. Those include whether the president can impose tariffs without the approval of Congress using emergency powers. Also, the justices will consider the constitutionality of the president's move to end birthright citizenship, which is protected under the 14th Amendment. And early voting now open in California for the November election. That includes Proposition 50. That's a redistricting measure that is aimed at giving the state more Democratic seats in the U.S. House in the midterm election next year. It's a response to the redrawing of voter maps in Texas over the summer at the direction of President Trump, all to get 5 more Republican seats. That redistricting is currently being argued in federal court over claims that it suppresses minority votes. While the White House pushing negotiators to move faster to end the war in Israel. Negotiators expected to meet today in Egypt. Israel previously said it supported the Trump administration's 20-point peace plan, when Hamas then later agreeing to some terms of the deal.
It consists of 2 parts. The first part is releasing all the hostages. Israel makes a tactical withdrawal, stays in Gaza. And then the second part is meant to demilitarize Gaza and disarm Hamas.
President Trump posted on Truth Social in part, quote, "I am told that the first phase should be completed this week, and I am asking everyone to move fast." Tomorrow will mark 2 years since Hamas launched that deadly attack that triggered the war. All right, time now to get another check of your forecast with Alan Longstreet.
Hey, good Monday afternoon. Fox 2 meteorologist Alan Longstreet here with a look at, your hot October forecast. I mean, what is it? October 6th. And we're talking mid-80s across the region. Boy, now, the end is near. The end is coming. This can't last forever. We will cool things down. But boy, what a summer look we have there. The city in the distance. High temps, mid-80s. Now, we're going to crash. Tuesday will be totally different. Here's Tuesday morning. Our high temps may be overnight into early Tuesday. Maybe we bounce back to close to 70 midday Tuesday, but you get the picture. Our numbers are going to be significantly cooler. And of course, we continue to fade Tuesday night into Wednesday. Here's Wednesday morning. Numbers in the 40s across the region, and we likely go colder later this week as well. That transition, that will feature wet weather. So Sky Tracker's crisp, clear, quiet. Few clouds build, rain south, rain to the north and west. That front will slice through, moisture increases ahead of it. And the end result for us is rain. I would say today, dry, but by this evening, early tonight, there could be a spotty shower. Here's 8 o'clock, not much, if anything. But then we get intervals of rain beginning tonight, maybe a rumble of thunder, which would simply enhance that rainfall. And then that continues off and on into Tuesday morning. So here's Tuesday, midday. I still think that rain's coming down. Now, as we head into Tuesday afternoon, of course, this matters because we've got the Tigers. We got a big game. 4:08 first pitch Tuesday. This rain will be winding down. Could there be a couple showers left over? Maybe. But the bulk of that rain done by midday Tuesday. So damp for the game, sure, but drying things out. And then that continues through the rest of the week. So how much are we going to get? I would say right now the range looks between 1/2 inch to maybe 1.5 inches on the high end. You can see that little swath of purple there. Probably localized if we do in fact get that. We welcome whatever rain we get as we continue to try to stave off that drought. We're down about 1/2 inch for the month of October, and this is coming off a dry September as well. So we want the wet weather. We want it to be done by the game though. So temperatures pushing in the 80s. Dew point not too far from 60, and I think we get there. So there is a little bit of moisture that surges into the region. It'll be around briefly, and it's not stifling heat. But yeah, considering early October, normals, standards, averages, that is something that you'll notice. Sunrise today, 7:36, sunset, 7:06. 66 and 48, those are averages this time of year. While today will be very warm, will be quite hot. 91's your record. We set that back in 1963. So no, not quite there, but also not too far from it. And again, our stretch of warm days coming to a close. As that rain comes in, temperatures drop. We're talking 60s on the high end through the week. They do come up a little bit for the weekend, but there's that nice fall feel I think a lot of folks have been waiting for coming our way by the weekend.
Thanks, Alan. Well, Taylor Swift taking center stage once again, and this time, the pop icon's topping both the music charts and the box office. Her new album, The Life of a Showgirl, and the film that goes along with it are already smashing records. Fox's Sarah Allegre is live in New York, and Sarah, it is another big moment in Taylor Swift's career.
Absolutely. I mean, she continues to outdo herself, even in this new era, essentially the showgirl era. And let me tell you, there were fans from all across the country, around the world, who just danced, dressed their way to the theaters to celebrate the big event. So let's take you there. People wore the orange, the teal hues to kind of match the album cover, basically. Super cute outfits. They had their friendship bracelets everywhere, a staple tradition in the Swift community. The movie is called The Official Release Party of a Showgirl. It's an 89-minute experience, giving fans that behind-the-scenes look at Swift's creative process into the making of the album, but it was a limited event playing in theaters for one weekend only.
I mean, I've been a fan since I was 13. I've been to 50 Taylor Swift concerts, so I've seen her art develop through the years, and this is the most genuine Taylor Swift that I've seen.
I got my friendship bracelets. I'm ready to trade. I brought cupcakes to give people. It's like a celebration thing. It's like a fun thing that you can all do together, and it's like a family reunion. It is. It's literally like a cookout.
Yeah, and the numbers, they match the hype. The Life of a Showgirl sold 2.7 million copies on its first day, beating out her best sales week ever in just around 24 hours. Now, according to data from Illuminate reported by Billboard, despite little promotion, the film version brought in $33 million at the U.S. box office, $46 million worldwide, marking Swift's second #1 box office debut since the Eras Tour in 2023. Now, the album also set some streaming records, becoming Spotify's most streamed album in a single day this year. It hit that mark in just around 11 hours. Now, her lead track, The Fate of Ophelia, now holds the title for the most streams in a single day in Spotify history. Today, that number tops 50 million plays and counting. And final first week sales for The Life of a Showgirl, we're expected to get that at the end of the week. So coming up Sunday, October 12th. And if she gets that #1 debut on the Billboard 200, this will mark the 15th chart-topping album in her career. As I said in the beginning, I mean, she just continues to outdo herself, guys.
Yeah, and I'm sure she will likely hit #1 on the Billboard. So we'll wait and see what happens there. Thanks so much for your report, Sarah. All right, we'll take a look at this unbelievable display at the Home Bakery. It is a cake version of Taylor Swift turning heads in downtown Rochester. It was made with 8 sheets of Rice Krispies, 30 pounds of fondant, and 12 quarts of buttercream. Now, it took the bakery workers 75 hours to complete. Shop owners said they decided to make the whole Swift-themed section in their bakery because they're a bunch of Swifties themselves. And the cake will be on display at the Home Bakery now through mid-November. Well, coming up, a local Detroiter making an inspiring impact in Detroit's wellness studio. We'll share the details after the break. Welcome back to the show. A local Detroiter making an inspiring impact in Detroit's wellness studio. And she joins us now. Dayoshi Maatin, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Where did your passion for wellness come from?
Around 11 years ago, my mother transitioned and she passed away and from a heart transplant rejection. And it was very traumatic for me. And I needed to find something that would help me get through. And about 2 years of numbness, and then around 11 years ago, I found sound therapy. And that helped me to get through and to grow through my pain and suffering. And from there, me healing myself through sound therapy, I decided that it would be great to work with others. And basically, how I started to do it for others 5 years ago, I took a leap of faith and moved to Puerto Rico, where I started to do sound baths for myself on the beaches, which turned into me doing sound baths on the beaches and in the rainforest for others.
That sounds amazing. How was it in Puerto Rico? How long were you there for?
I was there for 4 years. It was very amazing, very healing for me. And I was able to heal with many people from all over the world, from me working with people who gravitated towards me and then working in the retreat sector. So I will also help do sound baths for people for grief relief retreats. And after 4 years of being there, my family and I decided it was time to move on. And I felt called back to my hometown. So February 7th this year, we opened Zenith Wellness Studio. December 7th of last year, we moved back to Detroit from Puerto Rico.
Amazing. And talk about how it feels to bring your gifts back home to Detroit and the healing space that you've created with Zenith Wellness Studio.
It feels amazing. Every day I feel like I'm living in purpose. I've been reaching many people through Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. And now in the last, I would say 3 months, we've grown a lot more tremendously. And we now have basically Michigan's first immersive wellness spa.
And tell us about the immersiveness of it all. Is that what we're seeing in the background of people doing their stretches here?
Some of the videos and pictures you're seeing are from our immersive yoga, which we have 10 a.m. on Saturdays and 2 p.m. on Sundays. We are open 7 days a week with many different experiences. We're mainly a sound bath studio. So we have many different experiences that heal you through vibration and sound on a physical and a spiritual level.
So you have the sound bath therapy, you have the yoga. What else can they experience here?
We have a supper club on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. We just started that last week, and we have lots of cool movies for the month of October. We also have one very close experience to my heart is our Saturday 2 p.m. We have a grief relief, Honor Your Ancestors, which is close to me because of my mom. And I've been able to work with many people who have been silently grieving in our city who now have a new outlet. And I love being that outlet for others.
Absolutely. Talk about the difference you see in people from when they enter Zenith Wellness Studio to when they've come in, they've experienced whether it's a sound bath therapy or the yoga. When they leave, talk about that difference that you see and how that experience has changed them.
Well, I have lots of people who come for the first time. Many people come because we try to mix art therapy with sound therapy. So it's a little more appealing than most sound therapy experience. That's what makes us unique as a experience, is that we blend immersive art with the sound therapy. So we're actually based around neuro arts, which basically means healing through your senses. So that's color therapy, sound therapy, and aromatherapy and within all of our experiences. So how they feel from when they come in to when they leave, I would say the word I get the most is lighter. And lots of people who come, different emotions come up with the sound, because if you've never experienced it before, some people giggle, some people laugh, some people cry unexpectedly. Like, I came here just for fun and I'm crying. I don't know why, but I need a hug. I'm a hugger. So, and many people come, and some people come that actually do talk therapy, but they're like, this is a totally different experience because you're being still and letting yourself rejuvenate and the happy endorphins to turn on within your mind. So it's just been a very beautiful experience. And now people are finding us through TikTok. I've had someone here yesterday from Vegas. We have a couples night Saturdays at 8 p.m. I had a couple do their 1 year anniversary with us.
Oh, awesome.
They drove here from Cleveland 3 hours to try the couple sound bath experience.
Incredible. And you have an event coming up this month?
I have events every day.
Every day, okay.
Yes, we're open 7 days a week. Yeah, so for this month, I would say what we're focused on, people are really interested in right now, is Sweetest Day. So for Sweetest Day, we have a yoga experience as our first one, our 10 a.m. And then at 12 noon, we have a 3-hour Love Jones experience. We're showing the movie Love Jones. And it's a couple bonding experience. And then at night, our regular The Love Galore couple at 8 p.m.
All righty. Well, you can find more information at zenithstudiowellness.com. Deo Shimaatin, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, and happy healing.
Happy healing. I love that. All right, that's all for us here on Fox 2 Detroit Live at 4. Remember, you can always connect with us using that hashtag Fox 2 Detroit Live. But don't go anywhere. Fox 2 News at 5 is next. Have a great day.